Good morning and welcome to the WGP World Series, the Jet Ski World Cup right here in Pattaya, Thailand. This is Dawn Dawson, live from Jonteen Beach. Our Class A racing categories are starting today, with others finishing these final motos in the afternoon. As many of you have been watching from home, it has been evident that racing this year has been unlike any other year in our sport. Boats are getting faster, riders are being more creative and strategic on the course, and the teams are stronger than better than ever. This community of racers are close, and you can certainly see it represented throughout the week if they have been supporting each other throughout these very trial and testing conditions. And staying true to Thailand's motto, we are greeted by a country of smiles. With such encouragement, anything is possible. That's the best thing about racing here in Thailand. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Without further ado, let's go back to what's happening out on the water. We have been finishing up with slalom this morning. We started bright and early, in fact, almost before the sun came up, around 7 o'clock. They had these riders out here testing their skills in individual slalom. This was for the junior riders. Right now, what you're watching is the final couple of juniors as they finish up the slalom competitions. Let's talk about the schedule today. It is a big one. We're going to be firing off with Pro-Am Endurance this morning, 35 minutes of grueling action, and it is a 3-kilometer course. 34 riders are going to be competing in that one. And, of course, we'll give you a little bit more background information on that as we get rolling. But, man, it's been insane. Take a look at this slalom course that you're getting the chance to watch this morning. Now, they've done 3 different divisions of slalom. They started out with slalom ski. These are all juniors. And then we went to a slalom spark class, or a sit-down class, and that is actually what you're watching this morning, slalom spark. And you can see the different teams up in the stands. It's been so much fun for these guys to watch the different slalom. All right, I'll get you that rider's name in just a second. Thank you guys so much. We actually started just a little bit early on the live stream so we could bring you some of this action, but the first big race of the day, of course, is going to be this endurance class. We want to say a special thanks to our sponsors, the Sport Authority of Thailand, National Sport Development Fund, Tourism Authority of Thailand, Toyota, Thai Airways International, and Siam Watercraft, some of our big sponsors. Okay, again, we are getting the names for you of those competitors. But that's what the slalom course looked like, a 1.3418, as you can see on the clock. And this is a very special event created just for Thailand's premier event, this diamond event every year. And boat number 65 that you were watching, that was Pirata Manjmi. She rides for Thailand and Yamaha Hero Jet Bangkok. And as well, we're finishing up, man, there were a ton. 14 riders in this junior slalom for women Spark. They do 1 lap. They have 2 different runs, but it's 1 lap for the time. And you can see that this has been one of the premier events for the parents. Who you're watching coming to the line now is Natanicha Gomcha Lee from Thailand, riding for Mr. Phu Jet Ski Team by Win Thai. And if I were to guess, I would say she weighs about 30 pounds. And look at all the signage. This has been so much fun to watch. They come down with these big signs. I saw some coroplast cutouts of the different jet ski racers. All of this for our future threats. And what a great idea. So the way that we've made this very safe for them is we just have 1 rider at the time. And then these riders are able to, at that point, have a very safe and fun experience. And it's a good opportunity for them to be a part of a diamond caliber race site, and not only are they able to be a part of it, but they can compete in a really safe way. So again, you're watching the juniors 1 lap slalom. Wow, the live stream lit up already. Dave Zier, good morning, sir. I guess good evening for you, isn't it? 8-1 Racing, yippee, let's go. We're bummed you're not there, too. Thanks, Bailey, for joining us on the live stream. Kuhn Dean, cheering on 323. Taylor Grunwald, Team Reckless Abandonment in the house. Jeff Cacao, good morning to you. Pirata Mom G, Thailand, Yamaha Hero Jet Bangkok. You saw just running. Little Poon fighting 65. 917 by Shampoon. Let's race. And unfortunately, I don't have very much background information on these little sweethearts, but you are watching the Women's Spark stand-up class. You know, if you put her next to that boat on the ground, I'm not sure that she's taller than that boat. A little fierce warrior, though. Look at her. Great run. We're watching Natanicha. Nyamcha Li Tai. Rides for Thailand, Mr. Poo Jet Ski Team by Win Thai. That's who is just finishing up and coming in. And your next rider coming back out. Just to give you a sense, there were 30 riders in the junior slalom class that was the men's division. 30 and 14 young lady riders in the Spark class. So massive amount of interest from around the country in the juniors competition. And this looks like the triple deuce coming up. I'll just take a look here. Oh, triple nickel. The triple nickel. Piranacha. Dampong Gyammo Sawa. Riding for Thailand, Yamaha Hero Jet Bangkok. And like I said, I wish I had more background information. I don't have the profiles, unfortunately, on these guys. Gonna have to chase that down. 43 seconds on the clock. Again, they do one lap, and what they're working on the slalom course is really the right-hand side of that course. Keeping the boat hooked up. You can see those two tow loops. That's a requirement for any boat on the track today. Actually, did you see one of the, there was one of the older boats. You see that in a lot of the floating markets just off the upper right-hand corner. We're actually competing here in the Gulf of Thailand. Beautiful flat water conditions, but it has been hot. We've been posting big percentages of humidity here this week, despite the fact that this is the mild, dry season. Weather and temperatures, humidity have been a big factor for the racers this week. In fact, Demi Morgan, the amateur freestyle competitor that just won amateur freestyle this year in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, had a very fun post on Facebook a couple of days ago about the conditions out here. And there you can see her sponsor, Yamaha Hero Jet, on this side. That was Piranacha. And now boat number 104 is out. Pet Shampoo Shusha from Thailand, riding for P244 Racing School. That sounds like Nudakorn Pupak D. His race number. And getting set up. You could see the edge of the race course off on the horizon here, those red flags, indicating to the boats they're not allowed to come into this area at all during racing. And we have a tremendous number of boats out here supporting, making sure that this area stays clear for the competitors throughout the week. T104 is now on the clock. Pet Shampoo Shusha. And man, it's abnormally quiet up in the stands as these guys supporting the different riders. Actually, I do have a little bit on this rider. Pet actually said she wants to defend her world championship and add to it. Built by the mechanic. Her race number, T104, 10 is her mother's birthday, and 4 is her birth month. Sponsored by PPP Molding, a foam company, which is her mother's company. Her first race and win, by the way, was in Pattaya in 2022. Oh, she has a favorite music even. Sunflower, Post Malone, and Sway Lee is her favorite morning. Good morning, our favorite music. Good morning, Chris and Anna. And good morning to you in Havasu, actually. Good morning, Ken King. Joe Dickens, good morning. And Team 158, you guys sure did good yesterday in qualifying. Congratulations to Jane Bushell for qualifying so well and making it to the main event yesterday in the Runabout GP1. Traley Cunningham's joining us on the live stream. Love watching the kids being supported. Isn't that the truth? And Traley, I have to say, huge kudos to this association, TJSBA. They certainly do know how to do this correctly. A 133 for Pet. Beautiful job. I love how they've created the slalom to be so safe for them. So they're really able to build all of the race skills and confidence. They're not having to deal with other riders and, doing hole shots and any of that yet. And you could see Mom over there congratulating Pet on a great run. But I just love how they build confidence. Oh, great. Okay, perfect. By the way, the awesome production team was telling me that we're going to be showing you the track today. That's one of my coolest parts, so I'll actually walk you through how that track looks. It's a massive track. We've got multiple tracks that we're going to be dealing with. Of course, the endurance track today. We're also going to be walking you through the closed course track, so you'll get an opportunity to see both of those courses. Just under 3 kilometers for the closed course, and it was actually a 3-kilometer course for the endurance. And we are on the clock with our next rider. That's the double nickel. Actually, I think it's 65. Pirata Manji. Nope, it is 55. I fibbed. That's Anastasia on Cinco. Oh, this is the young Russian rider that I was hearing so many great things. And my Needle John saying Pink Diamond, keep going. They are teeny, isn't that the truth? I love the live stream is really enjoying the slalom with the juniors today. Yes, they are little teeny ones. Again, only one lap allowed, so they come right in, do a quick little warm-up. And you'll notice how quiet the water is today. One of the other things that the association does, they're very, very strict about this. They make sure that no other boats are actually allowed on the water to practice. So what normally you'd be hearing in the background is the pro ski, pro runabout warming up and practicing while they're doing whatever morning activities we're doing. But because we're setting the stage for very safe conditions for the juniors, no other boats are allowed out on the water at the moment. Just extra support for the kids, and also I think for the parents. That really helps the parents when they feel like the kids are really taken care of and really protected. That's a big deal in racing for us to make sure they're staying safe. You're watching the slalom action here for the WGP WATERJET World Series and WATERJET Grand Prix. Such a good man. All right, coming back here, we got boat number 38 up next. Excuse me for stepping away from the microphone there a minute. Yanisa Cho Inc. Riding for Thailand and PTT Lubricants, Gold Dragon, and the Nong Ba Oyampu team. Carl Selter, how wonderful to see you on the live stream. Alex Ewings, Rec Lights is one of the best classes, Tuthi. And unfortunately, I don't have any background information on Yanisa, but that is your rider up next. Can see all of the, oh, look at that. Yay, appreciate you guys. Cambodian team here. We're even got the Cambodian media here this weekend. All highlighting the fact that we've got such big growth in Malaysia and Asian countries. Cambodia has really come on the board the last 8 years. And the clock is rolling for Yanisa. Again, we're going to work our way through the final couple of competitors in the junior one-lap slalom, and this is the women's Spark class. So, and again, the recap, we did both stand-up and regular Spark for the guys, and then now we have regular Spark for the ladies as well. I don't know why I'm calling it regular Spark. It's stock Spark. Yeah, I agree, Traley. You know, it's so challenging that so many of the different countries have big age restrictions. And I know Australia, you're not able to start competing until you're 16. But I'll tell you what, doesn't seem to matter to some of these young guns you're bringing over, like Jaden's only 16 years old, and look what he's managed to do on a global stage. So huge shout out to the Australian race program and all of the time and effort that you guys have put into it. And really was such a pleasure to hang out with Bailey at the Nordic Championships this year. What a outstanding young man. Carl Seltzer, are you still in Florida, sir? And Projit, you keep going by Champon for 917. And again, we're watching boat number 38. This is Yanisa riding for PTT Lubricants with a good time, 125, 126. Looks like the average has been around a 1.3. So about a 1.35 for this one-lap slalom. So I do a slalom on one side, and then they have to run through the backstretch, and then they come back and do a minor series of turns on the left side, and that's their one lap. Hey, Paul Greenland, great to have you here. Dave Hamilton, hi Dave from Big Wave Dave USA. I love how you do that to me. Can I have Ty dubbed? Oh my gosh, I wish. Little My, keep going on boat 38. Cheyenne, if you want to have Thai, you'll have to just come to the event because they're actually speaking Thai in the grandstands to support all of our local viewers. So if you would like to do that. Justin Belkowski, I'm so sad that you weren't able to be here either. I'm really missing you. Boat number 317 is on the... It's actually 159, I think. That is Tanawan Suwan Wesa, riding for Thailand, and jet ski for rent by John Poole. By the way, if you guys would please do us the honors of following us on the social media. Please join us at Jet Ski World Cup Grand Prix on Facebook. Jetski-worldcup.com is our website where you can get all the details. Instagram, Jet Ski World Cup, and even TikTok at WGP1 Jet Ski World Cup. You'll be able to find us on all of those different social media, and thank you so much for following us so that we can get you all the great updates from around the globe. You're watching the final portion of a massive series, very ambitious series that they put together this year. We started in Helsinki, Poland this year in May, and then went to Vichy, France, and then followed that up with Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and then the final competition this year, of course, one of the very famous races around the world, the Thai Cup. VJ SBA also on the live stream. That's Victorian Jet Ski, PWC Association. Hi. Champon watching on the live stream. Michael Bernhardt, it is an honor to be here as well, and thanks for listening. And howdy from Texas right back. Good run for 159. That was Tahuan. Bringing that one back in, and we've just got a couple more to go. So actually, I think we just have 2 more competitors today, and then we'll be going to the endurance open class, and I'll get you the updates on where we are with endurance coming up next. This is boat number 23. Panasara Tavapat. Ready for Thailand, Busan Sea-Doo jet ski team. Look at that little race-ready position as Panasara gets ready. Michael Miller saying, I'm watching from the balcony at Divari. You've got the best seat in the house. Hey, Michelle Petro. Miss you, girl. Team Flamingo on the line as well, joining us on this live stream. Yeah, it's great to be able to catch all this action on YouTube. Jet Ski World Cup, by the way, on YouTube as well. You guys can find us there if you'd like. Be sure and like and follow all of those because we've got a lot of big announcements coming at you for next year. One of the big ones I'll share with you now, we just got the press release on it, and they had a big press conference as well. They are firing up a big Asia tour as they continue to push the expansion in Asian racing. So that was big in the news this week, and that press conference actually was up in Bangkok, I believe. And look at the signage down here. Go Bambi. That's boat 23, Panasara Tavapat. Riding for Thailand, Busan Sea-Doo jet ski team. Go, 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 Bambi. Oh, shouting out for Miller Racing. You bet. I'm happy to do that. Joe Meyer ready to watch Jimmy Wilson. Hey, Joe, did you catch Jimmy? He was actually on the stream with me yesterday. Him and Sophie Francis as well. Great interview from both of those fantastic riders. Oh, nice little finish here for Panasara. The 13316. Listening for that time, and then they come back, and you could see just off to the, that's actually, if you were facing back to the beach, or excuse me, facing back to the beach off the water, where that young lady was, and that team was actually off to the far left-hand side of where the grandstands are. We're actually at a different location this year, still Shamteen Beach, but we're a little bit further down, but still in gorgeous Pattaya. It looks like it might be our final rider, Sasakan Kusa, riding for Thailand, the 777 Performance and Jumbo Tuner. We are located here on the East Gulf of Thailand, 100 kilometers southeast of Bangkok. It's so fascinating that just 30 years ago, this was just a deserted little beach town. It's one of the best diving sites in Thailand here in Pattaya. They have shipwrecks and coral islands all across the different islands around Pattaya. For those of you that are interested, look at that. There's celebrity on the line. Adapan Kutsa watching. Sasakan Kunsa on the water. Love the wrap on this boat. Hey, Adapan, it's good to see you, bud. Atapan, Kansu, Kusa, and Sasakan. Nice turn buoy for her as she comes around. Now you see those big long string of yellow buoys? Those are a requirement from the government. We were not able to remove those. That forced us to create actually a bigger track, which I really like, but it's definitely had some challenges building this very technical course. Look how flat it is out there. I do not think you're going to see those conditions for very long today. See that big yellow buoy as she comes through? Those buoys are the indicator. That's where the endurance riders will be coming from. You could see all of the buoys out on the track this morning, that red buoy in the distance, and a good time for Sasakan. And Derek Timney checking in from Vegas. And Derek, I hope you get to watch some of the freestyle with us today. And Adapong Kusa is very excited for Sasakan's time, which is blistering, a 13131, and that might have put her at the top. Definitely in the top 5 for Sasakan. Hey, I want to thank you so much for joining me this morning as we get ready to go with a big day of racing here at the WGP WATERJET World Series. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to our proudest moment, tumbling through every single detail, unveiling pristine odysseys ahead, crafting each element for globe-trotting, embarking for the sky. Your magical journey redefined. Thai, smooth as silk.
National Sport Development Funds.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
New Fortuner Leader สัญลักษณ์ใหม่แห่งความสำเร็จสำหรับผู้นำที่พร้อมลุยในทุกสถานการณ์สะท้อนความสำเร็จในแบบคุณกับ Fortuner Leader Generation ที่โชว์รูมโตโยต้าทั่วประเทศน้ำมันหล่อลื่น Dynamic Common Rail Synthetic พลังช่วยปกป้องเพื่อรถยนต์นั่งดีเซลทุกประเภทให้พลังแรงช่วยยืดอายุการเปลี่ยนถ่ายช่วยประหยัดเชื้อเพลิงต้อง Dynamic Common Rail Synthetic จาก PTG Lubricants
National Sport Development Funds.
Welcome back to the WGP WATERJET World Series right here in Pattaya, Thailand. The official language, of course, Thai, but did you know they have 62 ethnic languages at least? Thailand consists of over 70 ethnic groups, including 24 groups of Thai people, and let me tell you, this weekend, they are also surrounded by 40 countries and 300 riders from around the world as we bring this live action to you. And you can see right over the Gulf of Thailand here. We're about, as I'd mentioned, about 100 kilometers southeast of Bangkok in this beautiful area that used to be just a quiet little beach town. But man, these days, it is a top tourist destination. Thailand has over 1,400 islands. Just a little bit of background information. In just this area alone, Pattaya has 23 golf courses. So they're really perfectly situated, I think, for you. If you want to come and join us and be a part of history and be one of the great tourists joining us here in Pattaya. Special thanks to our title sponsors, Tourism Authority of Thailand. All right, guys, we are getting fired up here for endurance racing. And as we get ready for that, let's share a little bit about what's been happening around the world before we got to Pattaya, Thailand, and the final portion of this crown jewel. Back in 2022, JB Pastorello, John Bruno, the king of endurance racing, took the Thai Cup results. Guy Greenland got second. Anthony Ratatek was in third. Orafan Tirapatpanich, a local legend, was in fourth. Alexei Chernuka took the top five. That's how the Thai Cup looked. As we come into these rounds, John Bruno Pastorello, well, check his resume. He won all stops so far, and he is leading the World Series in points. Tori Snyder is in second place. In third in Poland. He got a second in France and a fourth in Lake Havasu City. He's been incredibly consistent, and that's what's kept that gentleman from the USA right in the points following John Bruno Pastorello. In third, well, that's a battle. Mikhail Legal and Anthony Ratatek battling for third. Legal is only 1 point away from Ratatek and has commented that his main aim is to stay ahead of Ratatek in every single race. But Anthony has made that very hard to do. Well, there you go. As we set the stage, let's take a look at that series of points. JB Pastorello comes into this with 180. Tori Snyder's got 144. Michael Legal with 112. And Anthony Raditek now with 111. Rashid Aldawas is in 5th with 82. Kasadit Terapratip is in 6th. Johan Johansson from Sweden is in 7th in the World Series. Kylie Elmers is in 8th. Nico Chamond, actually, I don't believe is at this event, but he is in 9th. Maxime Benoit was in 10th. And Aksa Aswar in 11th place. That's the layout as we get ready to go, and 34 riders will be making their way down to the line. This is going to be, as we've seen in the other stops, a Le Mans start, which means there'll be a dash for cash. They've got to run from the beach down to the boats. And if you want a clinic on how to win endurance championships, watch these riders and how the holders take care of them and get those boats positioned for a perfect start. That's just one part of this grueling race. Now, they are going to be doing an orientation lap. In fact, I'm not sure they might have had a chance to do that during the break. Not sure if they did. If not, we'll get to see that orientation. And then what they'll do is come back, refuel, and then these guys are going to be off. They will not have an opportunity to come in and refuel. They must run on a single tank of gas, and we've certainly seen how that moves against them if they don't manage those resources. We actually saw John Bruno Pastorello swimming in Ostrovarki 2 years ago, trying to get his boat across the water because he ran out of gas right at the finish line. Lots of drama in this one as we get ready to go. And you can see the different course marshals out on the water. We're really blessed to have some of the top course marshals and the top race directors from around the world. And just getting prepped for these guys. And they're walking the boats down into that area right now. In fact, you could just see some of the teams bringing these boats down. Can't believe we've got 34 riders. That is insanity. And a lot of people joining us on the stream. Kanda, oh, hi. Miss Liscana, Candela on the line. Hello, girl. Peter Stordahl is here. Bellany Brown Keys, great to have you. Christian DiAugustine, hey, hi, Christian. Man, that's been a minute. Apachaya, ooh, U.S., let's go. Go 951 Opal. Man, that guy's a rocket ship, isn't he? I got a chance to really catch up with Opal in Phuket during the endurance racing in March this year. What an honor that was. A finance student and an incredibly smart individual. T951, go Opal. Get a chance to see him race today. Tanapat also put on one heck of a show and Runabout stock, right? Tori's in 3rd in that same class, but Tanapat is currently leading in that. Get a chance to watch that final event today. Been running 4 motos. For each one of these classes, there's only one exception to that, and that is because of qualifying. That'll be Runabout GP1, that Runabout class we did qualifying yesterday. And Michael Bernhardt talking about Naughty Water Racing prepping for a big 24 season. Man, no kidding. I saw a lot of the press released on that just a month ago. Racing starts in about 90 days over in the U.S. Great things coming for U.S. as well. Good, Michael. Thanks for the update, sir. Jan Greenland, go G. Jamie Lee Bohat, let's go. Carl, I do believe Tori is going to be racing, yes. I did see the boat coming down to the down the street this morning. I actually drove right by the boat on my little scooter on the way to the race site today. You can see the Divery Hotel just behind the grandstands there, just a smidge off to the left, that big tall building. Special thanks to Divery, our host hotel. And again, your top competitors in the points, JB Pastorello with 180, Tori Snyder second with 144, and Michael Legal got 112 points, and Anthony Raditek with 111 points. That's how close that battle for 3rd is. Orifon is got an opportunity here as well. Apachaya, United States of America fighting for sure. But you know, so many other countries here. Russia's got over 28 riders here this year. Fantastic representation. Cambodia's got quite a few great riders here. China is back in the game with their riders. Unfortunately, I don't think Wu Wanhua able to compete, but got a chance to see his team. I see Nudakorn Pupakdi down there on the screen. And as we're going down the line, we can actually see some of the different riders. Boat 700. Oh, I'm just looking for that one. There's T88. Dean's team, St. Pete Clearwater. There's Tori. You can see that big Dean's team down on the side. Snyder Built. Just taking a look at the different competitors here, and there are a lot of them. 34. That's a massive class. We had 49 last year, so a little fewer this year in the Runabout. Supa Pusapa will be competing in this event. Another Thai local hero. Anthony Radatek, of course. And you can see the different riders just getting staged here and getting ready for that. There's a boat number 70. Got Supatat Foot Rock Cool on boat 45. Yo Ha Yu from South Korea. There's Kylie Elmers riding for Australia. Salman Alawadi riding for the UAE. Adam Stephanie riding for France. Tirapong Pimpawat on the T70 boat. John Bruno Pastorello, of course, rides for France. Anthony Radatek for the U.S. Orofan Terapatpanech for Thailand. Julie Rokwarul for France. Jim Wong Kim for South Korea. Almono Hadanadi, Khalid Almo Hanadi riding for Qatar on the 7-7 boat. Look how tight these guys are. You could just see Chris Landis down there as they get ready, holding for Tori. Team Cambodia here. That's actually Omut Salih riding for Cambodia. And you can see everybody eagerly waiting as we get ready to go. There's Mr. Johan Johansson down there on that 84 boat. That's Supa Pusapa, boat number 96. Man, that gentleman is just one of the coolest riders. And a lot of people lining up the live stream. Nudakorn, Pupakdi, Shen Shan. Luke Lucas is going to be competing. There's Omut Salih, again representing for Cambodia. Kasadi Terapratip, riding for FKT Concrete. There's again Omut Salih from Cambodia. Michael Legal representing for France. Sodarawat Nam Somni. Thomas Vincent riding for France. Guy Greenland for Australia. Martin Alhaj, Denmark. Alexa Bruk-Sakov. Team Napalm. I love it. And there is the Cambodian flag flying up in the stands, and right just coming across on the foreground was one of the Russian rocket team from Russia. Tim Hicks, great to have you joining us on the live stream. Lexi Cabral. What time do we start? Well, we were supposed to fire this off at 9:15. We're a little bit behind. No worries, though. About 9:45 is what our local time is, 9:45 a.m. I suspect we're going to be hitting a green flag here quite shortly. You can see the number 8 boat right in the middle of this mix. And by the way, you had to draw for your position on the lineup, and you can see just how tight it is down there. More of the Russian team. I even saw Rudy back in the background there for Knauf. Build on us. There's John Bruno Pastorillo and his race crew. And they're actually just pointing out there's Anthony Radatek on boat 22. Looks like Shan, I think. Yes. Shan, riding for China. And there's Orifan Terapotpanech. Man, this girl, what a legend. Loved watching her yesterday take a win in that runabout class. And there is the 77 Al-Homanati and the Qatar team. Boat number 95 also down in that mix. I'm actually trying to get that number. I wonder if that's Opal. 951. Kylie, of course, will be running the 553. Here's the 310 and the 7. Ooh, that is tight, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm noticing that all the riders are on the boat. So that is just, I think, indicating to us that we are going to be doing a practice lap first. This will be their first time to actually see that track. There's Johan Johansson and Team Lindbergh. Down there, Lindbergh Racing, of course, Linus Lindbergh in the points this week. As well in the closed course racing. Yeah, sure enough, we are going to be doing an opportunity to do a course orientation. So they are going to do a 1 lap, which is good. You and I'll get to see the track as well. It's our first time to get an opportunity to open up the endurance track as we get ready to go for racing in the Endurance Open, and they will be doing both of their motos today. So I anticipate a lot of biofreeze. And you can see the start as the course marshals, Sarge, of course, Todd Young, Usha, Khalid Ibrahim, John Bankowski, just a few of the great course marshals that are on the track. And that is the starting grid that you're seeing on this massive 3-kilometer course. They're going straight out to that big red buoy. They're going to be taking a left turn. So counterclockwise course for us this morning. And there's your turn. That will be what your start looks like. And they're going to head in hard to the beach. Coming straight back in. This is an interesting body of water. It's one of the more shallow bodies of water. You're looking at the Gulf of Thailand here. All right, again, following through onto the front stretch. And that is going to be some tricky maneuvering. All the way through the front portion of this track. Oh, interesting. All they did was practice the start. They did not even practice the whole track, just the start. So this gulf is pretty shallow. At its deepest, it's around 190 feet total. Maximum, I guess, is 279 feet, but at the average depth's about 190. So not very deep for a big gulf like this. Because it's so shallow, it has a slow exchange of water, so a little bit lower salinity, and the riders do have to make an adjustment for that. This is a part of the Pacific Ocean. If you guys are wanting to orientate, like where are you, Don? That's where I'm at. Right on the east coast of the Gulf of Thailand. You can just check out your Google Maps and look for Pattaya. All right, the different teams raising them in. Do you know Thailand was the only Southeast Asian country that has never been colonized by any European country? And about 1/10 of all the animal species on the planet actually call this beautiful country home. All right, we get an opportunity here for a quick warm-up. You once again kind of scroll down this lineup and you could see the different riders in their teams. There's Troy Snyder, of course. Tori's dad, Christopher Landis, down there supporting him. Permpom Terapotpanich's teams helping out Orifan. Isn't she just one of the funnest ladies? Just an amazing competitor. Orifan Terapotpanich. Her and her brother Permpom. South Korea has really brought on some amazing competitors. K5, Jinwon Kim. There's Kylie Elmers riding for Australia. And, of course, her mechanic and a partner, Les Cook. Supatat Futrakun. And his team in that very well-known K45. Well, hi, Rocky. So, Petra, are you seriously in Lombok right now? I am so jealous. Frankie Williams, great to have you. Linda Jo Hammer, thanks for joining us. Terry Scharf, go John Bruno Pastorillo, and Benjamin, we wish you were here. Ben Scharf actually had a little bit, okay, Ben, I'm not supposed to tell anyone. Actually, he posted it, so I can share that Ben had a baby. I mean, not Ben, but his beautiful wife did. Aldwin Jamil saying, go Louis Behezen. Frankie Williams on the stream. Noise, I'll be watching. Good. And another shout out for 951, Opal. Go Opal. You can see the representatives for Kasha Racing. That's the very famous number 5 boat. Great to have Luke Lucas out on this track this weekend. Luke riding, of course, for the UK. Adam Stephanie riding for France, and Teddy Pons. Saman Alawadi for the UAE and the Dubai Police. Look at this massive beach. By the way, the tents are over 3,000 meters of pit area. You can see that the 2 big Quonset hut buildings, those are full of vendors, and fantastic sponsors. Lots and lots of opportunities for shopping and food vendors as well. But look how massive this location is, and just an incredible beach location as well. And again, we're a little bit further down the beach than we are normally. And just to the, if you're looking straight at it, just to the right is our host hotel, the Divari. Look how big. Look at this. Look at the tents. It's just massive. Just to the left of the Quonset hunts, you see those little series of small tents. That's our technical inspection area. Isn't it funny? You can see Troy walking through that sea of heads. Troy Snyder, of course, has taken world titles here before. And there's Tori standing up ever so briefly, stretching. Yuichi Umahara riding for Japan down there on that 700 boat. Dang, that's going to be tight. Well, the good news, if there's good news on this start, the good news is at least the Le Mans start isn't as far, because in Helsinki, Poland, that was a much bigger run for these guys. But this one's going to be really fast. Now watch all of the little intricacies of this as they get underway. The riders holding, have the teams holding the boats for them. That's Adam Stephanie on that 300 boat, by the way. Wow, what a gorgeous drone shot of this location. Look how big that is. Now, do you see the World Cup where it says WGP WATERJET World Cup? And do you see all the names below that? That is the wall of fame that they put up every year here in Pattaya, Thailand. And all of the riders, I love seeing it. They come down and they take their picture if they won and they've got their name up there. It's just such a cool deal. And they go down the different years. And each year of this competition is represented on that wall of fame right behind the grandstands. Pretty beautiful piece of history. Michael Pere, let's go, Michael Pere. You're killing me. Michael, why didn't you come down and interview yesterday, you slacker? Ben Sellers, good morning. 2:54 in the morning, you are dedicated. Good morning, Robert Dixon. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. Hey, I got a chance to hang out with your boy yesterday. Devin Farthing was an amazing interview. Valentin Zararev. Good morning from Bulgaria. Fingers crossed for all the riders today. Right back at you, sir. Thanks so much for joining us on the live stream. Again, we are... Oh, there's Opal. 951. You got to see Opal real quickly. And boat number 84, Peter Stordahl saying, go Johan Johansson. That Johansson team has been unstoppable for us. Did you see Nina racing earlier this week? She did so great, Peter. There's Todd Young just coming in, Sarge, a.k.a. Sarge, making sure that the riders understand where they need to be set up. Again, they're going to be doing a running start or a Le Mans start, and then they're going to take off on this 3-kilometer track. Now, 35 minutes plus a lap, so you can imagine this is going to be about a 50-minute race from start to last. Now watch these holders very carefully. They actually help push, the really sharp ones are helping push the boat out a little bit, but they're keeping the boat straight for the rider, but they make sure that the rider's aboard the boat, and then as he's plugging in his lanyard, they're starting to help him move that boat out. All of those little tricks help get a whole shot. Supa Pusapa. See him right there in the screen. Gosh, I love watching him. He did so good in Phuket. Just an amazing young man. Supa Pusapa. He's 15th right now in the World Series rankings. He's the World Series and World Cup Endurance champion and a multiple Thai champion. And the horn is up as we get ready to go. And a great start as we get off and underway. You're watching Endurance Pro-Am Open. 34 riders, and this is a massive field as they take off for the first buoy. That is that big red buoy off in the distance to the left. This is the starting grid as they are now officially underway. The clock has started, 35 minutes. First turn, and that looked like that might be John Bruno Pastorello. We'll try to get some numbers for you as they come in closer. That's actually the course marshal moving out of the lane of traffic. And as you can see, they're pretty tightly bunched. Just starting to separate a little bit as we get underway. Whoa, little sky view there. This action brought to you by True Visions. And we come to the first turn.
To push me myself for sure.
We find some small improvements that I can do myself.
Unable to get any race numbers for you on that one. I'll see if I can get the race numbers. Had a good start, green flag. So we do have a clear start, and we're officially underway for endurance. And looks like your top 5 riders starting to pull apart. "35 minutes plus a lap," and I really loved watching that starting grid. Those, you can see as the skis are coming by, those big buoys, you could stand 2 tall people on top of each other and still not reach the top of those buoys. That's how big those cans are. There's the big right-hand turn, and then they're going back to the final turn buoy, which you and I would recognize as the starting buoy. That's where the starting buoy is, and that's what they're heading to right now. It's interesting how it looks so simple as a course, and yet very tricky race conditions. They're going to be doing this twice today, and I'm so sorry I do not have the numbers yet on your leaders, and looks like we are getting hopefully some numbers here now, but that looks like John Bruno Pastorello. And no live timing up yet either. We'll get that to you as soon as we can. Again, you're watching Pro-Am Endurance. And that is John Bruno Pastorello in the lead. So he did get the whole shot as well. Looking for Tori Snyder and the rest of the gang, because we've got some very tight points. So we will definitely want to keep our eyes. There's Opal. Opal up in that top grouping, so Opal second. You got John Bruno Pastorello followed by Opal. And there is the 150 boat. Thank you guys so much. Tapa Terawatt is your second place rider, aka Opal. John Bruno Pastorello, followed by Opal, and the 150 of Saharat Nongsomeet. Actually, just trying to pronounce that right for you. So there is your top 3. We've got France and 2 Thai riders in the top 3 coveted positions. And we are a little over 4 minutes in the race. John Bruno Pastorello, 51 years old, currently in the points lead. He's got 180 points coming into this final round, and he had a hat trick, won every single round. Opal, the gentleman right behind him, is from Ratchaburi, Thailand. He's only 22 years old, a finance student at Rangsit University. Rides for the Ratchaburi jet ski team. That boat was built by Jet Performance. And there's John Bruno Pastorello, your French rider. The gentleman up in third, that's Naharat Nongson. Gentleman that lives right here in Pattaya, 25 years old. Loves Japanese food, he said. Dislikes insects. You know what? Me too, Saharat. And here's your top 3 riders coming through. And Opal, the financial student, in second. And that is a big sweeper turn, isn't it? And boat number 50, Saharat, sponsored by G-Force Power Sports. I'll give you a shot of how massive those buoys are. Yeah, you could stack those skis up 5 times before you got to the top of that. That's Kylie Elmers on the 553 up in fourth. Nung Pham Swat Deep Full saying go T96. Oh, I know. You love Supap Pusapa too, don't you? I think he's awesome. We'll see where Supap is. Omad Salih is in this as well. We got a rider down. Looks like boat 14. Oh, no. Tough break for boat 14. That is Chalmut Lom Wong. So Chalmut is out of it, at least for the moment. So Chalmut Lom Wong is out of the picture here at the moment. Once again, going back to the starting buoy, 3-kilometer track, and they've got to do all of this on 1 tank of gas. So John Bruno Pastorello burst out early, and it was looked like a good strategy for him. Special thanks to PTT Lubricants, by the way, for supporting us. Look how rough the water is already picking up. Interesting. So flat this morning for the slalom riders, and right now it's got that washing machine look that's been very much a fixture in Pattaya, Thailand, the Gulf of Thailand. This water is incredibly technical and hard to ride. You're watching your race leader come through, John Bruno Pastorello, and on lap number 3, he's already in lap traffic. Opal right behind him, Tapaterawat, Yung Sonu, a.k.a. Opal. Kylie Elmer's right in that mix. Up in 4th. Opal is a 4-time Thai champion, 3-time world champion, including offshore. And there is Saharat Nong Somit. First win in 2019 for Mr. Saharat. And then there's Kylie Elmers up in 4th. Beautiful young lady who is both a mechanic and a multiple closed course champion. Looking for Tori Snyder. Oh, I'm so sorry you guys heard me crunching on a mint. My apologies. Nananicha Moli saying go Kylie. Oh no. Just number 121. Legal. No way. Legal is out of it. And Michael Legal was in the points. He had 112 points coming into this round. He was in 3rd, only 1 point ahead of Anthony Radatek, and disaster just struck for the rider from France, Michael Legal, under the tow rope. And if you get towed in, you are not allowed to bring that boat out during that moto. That is a disastrous set of events for the gentleman for France. Michael Legal is out of it for this first moto for Pro Endurance Open. Tough break. John Bruno Pastorello still leading. Opal is in 2nd. Tapatarat. And Saharat Nong Somit up in 3rd. Kylie Elmers in 4th. Kylie, by the way, is a 7th American title champion, a multiple national title in New Zealand, Australia, and Thailand. And Chandler, I'm not sure where Tori is. We're trying to get an update for you. Unfortunately, all I can see is the tiny screen in here. I'm not allowed to look at the racetrack, or I would be hunting him down right now. Actually, if you find out, tell me. Still trying to find Tori Snyder on the track, and Anthony Radatek. That's your 2nd and 3rd place in points now, with Michael Legal being down. Chandler Roy, great to have you on the live stream. And looks like another boat has fallen victim. That is boat number 2, Thomas Vincent. Thomas Vincent is got boat problems as well. Beautiful sunny day here. It's been averaging in the mid 80s, which isn't too bad until you look at the humidity, and the humidity's also in the mid 70s. So that has made it pretty tricky. We've got another lap here under our belts. We're at about 10, almost a little 11 and a half seconds, 11 and a half minutes, 11 and a half minutes in this one of the 35-minute race. We're about a third through. And we do have another boat under tow. I was hesitating to say anything, but it looked like we had another boat. See if I can get that number. Good news, it does not look like Tori, so just can't get that race number. Looks like a South Korea rider, though. Tough break. Another victim of race attrition. Michael Lagarde did not race in 22. He had surgery on his cruciate ligaments and shoulder, but he's been working with a new hole since Vichy and was definitely trying to get an opportunity to take a top three. Chris McCluggage, I do not know where the other riders are, unfortunately. All I'm able to look at is the screen, so you and I are seeing the same exact thing. I'm not able to look out over the race course. They've got it blocked off, unfortunately. However, if I can find out where Tori Snyder and where Anthony Reditek are, I'll let you know, sir. Meanwhile, here is your top four. Gian Bruno Pastorello leading. Opal in second on the 951. That's Tapaterawat Yong Song Ni. And in third is the 150 boat. That is Saharat Song Meet. Naharat, actually. Song Meet is in third, and Kylie Elmers is in fourth. Thank you, Sophie. And Sophie is saying that Tori is up in eighth, and Anthony is back in sixth. Sophie Francis able to look out over the racetrack. Girl, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you right now. So Tori Snyder in eighth, and Anthony Raditek in sixth. And you can see a rider at the top of the left screen there, just barely going. Something going on with that boat as well. So we've now got 5 boats that have either gotten towed in or have broke. And that is your race leader, Gian Bruno Pastorello. And again, your update, thanks to Sophie Francis. And by the way, Sophie, thanks for joining me yesterday on the live stream and the interview with you. You were just an absolute delight. I can't wait to see you on the international tracks in 2024. So great news for the young lady out of Florida. Blake Corning, good morning, sir. It's great to have you on the live stream. Good morning, Joe Meyer. And that's Gian Bruno Pastorello with 180 points coming into this round. He's had a perfect series so far this year. And right now he's winning the first moto in Pro Endurance Open here in Pattaya, Thailand. 16-time world champion. The official Kawasaki rider. And I can't wait to see our other official Kawasaki rider later today. That's going to be Jimmy Wilson stepping up to the stage. Again, your top 5, Gian Bruno Pastorello, Opal, Tapaterawat in second. And there is boat number 4. Nikita Antoinik, one of the Russian riders in the top grouping, in 6th place. Fifth place. And I do believe Anthony's still in 6th, and Tori in 7th. And Opal coming in, your 2nd place competitor is coming in with engine problems, and that is really going to open up the field. Opal was running up in 2nd right at the start. So a huge upset for Tapaterawat. taken him out. And yeah, Opal's seat is gone. So probably took that seat off trying to keep the engine cooler, and unfortunately having to bring it in. And your race leader, John Bruno Pastorello, coming through, and a lot of RAF traffic. We're now just over the halfway mark. All right, John Bruno Pastorello again. I just asked the production team to help us with the scoring. They're going to try to get that top 10 since, again, I'm looking at what you're looking at here, and it's kind of hard to grab numbers. Started out with 34 riders. We now have 7 boats out of it. And there's Wu Ronghua from China, who I do believe was going to try to race today, but couldn't get the boat put together. So still great to have him. Wow! Steering cable looked like it just went out on one of the competitors, and that was a hard left-hand turn into the middle of the track. Fortunately, didn't interfere with any of the other riders. Opal 951, please keep going. I'm not sure if he's able to get back out there. Now, Opal did not come in under a tow rope, so he is able to go back out on the track if he could get the boat going. But obviously cost him a ton of positions. He was in second. That is going to move boat number 150. Saharat Nong Som Eat from Thailand, riding for G-Force, should now be up in second. It is just 2 motos for endurance. Yes, it'll be 35 minutes for each, 35 minutes plus a lap. And we're a little over 18 minutes now into it. Russia looking on, supporting their team, including Chernukwa, Alexa Chernukwa, who rides for the Chernukwa team. You saw the halfway marks out. Courtesy markers are up. And there's Nikita coming through. Another one of the riders for Russia, Nikita Antonik, rides for Russia and Fox Moto. There's Johan Johansson. Again, I don't have placings for anyone. All right. Thank you so much, Linda Jo Hammer, giving us the update. Appreciate you, Jim Alamillo. Tori has moved up into 7th. So Tori was in 8th. He's now in 7th. Appreciate you guys giving me the update. Because, again, I'm only seeing what you're watching on the screen, and it is not easy to grab the numbers or the locations. I do know John Bruno Pastorello is still leading. There's Anthony Radatek, who was in 6th. And we just got a shot of him on the screen, so perfect. At least get an update on him. So Tori Snyder should be right behind Anthony Radatek. Oh, and Anthony switched up. Sophie, I love you. I swear I'm buying Sophie dinner because she's helping me with the scores here. All right, so we've got it that Anthony Radatek has moved into 4th. And Tori Snyder up in 6th. And we just lost the screen here back in the studio. They're working on that right now for me. Man, Jim, I agree. King's Cup is definitely a bucket list. Let's do a quick update here. It is John Bruno Pastorello in the lead, and it should still be Saharat Nong Som Eat In second, Kylie Elmers would be in third, Anthony Radatek in fourth. And as we come through, let's take a look at the time. We're at a little over almost 21 and a half minutes in to this 35-minute moto. Washing machine. Chris, you probably have some pretty cool insights on this since you've been out at this race competing. Feel free to share with us your insights on what it's like to be on these very rough track. Kylie is in third, I believe. They're just asking me on the stream. Yeah, Eric, I'm with you, bud. I'm trying. I do not have a way to get the current running order, so I'm actually relying on people like Sophie because she's got a view of the racetrack and I am locked back in the production tent. I'm not able to look out over the track. I've just got the TV screen, so I'm seeing basically what you're seeing. Right now I'm looking at John Bruno Pastorello. Do know that John Bruno is leading. He's won every round, and right now he's leading in the first moto of two that we're going to be having today. We're at 22 and change on the clock. Todd, I'm not sure how G is doing, but I'll try to find out. Yeah, I believe Kylie is racing a boat number 553, and she was in third. But because Opal moved out and had boat problems, I believe Kylie... Yeah, I believe Kylie has moved up into third. Anthony's still in fourth, and John Bruno leading. And Naharat Somit second. Actually, let me do it the correct way. John Bruno leads. Naharat second. Kylie third, Anthony Radatek fourth. I believe it's Nikita Antonique in fifth, and it's Tori Snyder unofficially in sixth. Watching your race leader and your points leader. He comes into this with 180. That is John Bruno Pastorello. On a 3-kilometer course shaped a bit like a diamond. They just have one massive right-hand turn just before they come to the that starting buoy or the starting turn. And what you're looking at there, Simon Ricks up in the tower. One of your race directors, him and Patrick Mill also behind that starting line up in the grandstand tower. And there is John Bruno Pastorello, the king of endurance. And man, what a race he had this year in Lake Havasu City. He's won every round starting in Melchiki, Poland in the May. And those guys were racing in dry suits, no less. Followed that up with the stop in Vichy, France. Then they went to Lake Havasu City, Arizona, dry, hot conditions. And then moving on to Pattaya, Thailand, also hot, but definitely not dry. Massive humidity they've been dealing with. Your second place rider, Saharat Nong Som Eat from Thailand, lives right here in Pattaya. That 150 race number is his dad's number, and he's currently up in second. And when we asked him on his titles, he said, I can't even remember him anymore. He's only 25 years old. Watching the 51-year-old John Bruno Pastorello. Sophie talking about our race leaders, 81 now out of it. Oh, man. That is Yo Hak Yu from South Korea, so that's another South Korean down. Jim Won Kim, I believe, is out as well. Let's take a look here at the race numbers. Sophie, you're too good to me. Yeah, John Bruno leading. The light blue Cedo is Naharat Saharat Nong Somi. And then Kylie is in third and Anthony is in fourth. Dude, I'm telling you, Chris, that boat is insanity. I agree with you. I don't know how the heck he keeps that boat going so well on every single lap. There's Nikita, another French rider. I do believe he's up in top 10. Again, your top three representing here the countries. You've got France, Thailand, Australia, U.S., and that looks like Tori Snyder coming through. Is he? Oh, nope. Take that back. That's Naharat. Looked like he was slowing down just a bit, doesn't it? We're 27 minutes in. 35 minutes on this one, guys. Naharat Somit, your gentleman on that light blue boat, is boat number 150. Lives right here in Pattaya. His first win was in 2019, sponsored by G-Force Power Sports. I think you guys probably recognize that's a pretty big motorsport company here in Thailand. And Anthony Radatek, who's up in fourth. He's also fourth in World Series rankings, but with Michael Legal out, that's definitely going to help Anthony Radatek. There's Naharat Somit, your number 2 rider on the 150. Pre-race, he said he always has to exercise. Tina Torn Nong Somit is the gentleman that put the boat together for Naharat. He's says his favorite music is hip-hop. That cracks me up. Anthony Radatek, 4th place, sponsored by SoFleet, Jet Lift, Jet Renew. Your retired Army helicopter pilot in 4th. And Kylie Elmers, just having one of the best races, endurance races of the year for her. She's in that top 5. Anthony just got around Kylie. Thanks, Sophie. John Bruno does stand all the time, yeah. All right, let me give you the update then. John Bruno followed by Naharat Somit, and then Anthony Radatek in 3rd place, and Kylie Elmers in 4th. And Sophie, let me know if Tori's moved up. He was in 6th. But Anthony did move up. Hi, Dawn Carey. I miss you too. Kylie is definitely singing. And there's Anthony, your retired helicopter pilot, had an award named after him, the Anthony Radatek Iron Warrant Award. What an incredible story with him. We were actually at one of the last races internationally, and Anthony Radatek was invited by the U.S. Embassy to come and visit and do a talk, and that's not unusual for him. He's an amazing, truly an amazing athlete and a representative for jet ski racing, and right now Anthony's in 3rd. Vamos, Anthony Radatek from Kandala. That's beautiful. Yeah, Dave Zier, I got a chance to catch up with Francois Midori at one of the last international races, and he was talking about the riding style for the French riders because they do so much offshore. Chris McCluggage probably knows more about this than I do, but they were saying that it's actually easier for them in these big conditions, the big offshore conditions, to just ride standing up. So you will see that is John Bruno's preferred method, and Francois Midori does it as well, particularly on the endurance races. You'll see these guys are standing up quite a bit. Puts a lot more pressure on their legs, but it gives them a little bit of break from their back, and they just really prefer it. They feel like they've got better control riding standing up like that. It's really cool to watch them. And as you see, John Bruno exemplifying that riding style on the screen. Let's take a look at the time. We're just over 30 minutes in this one. Paulo Bruno saying, come on, Anthony. Let's see, Mike Kirkus. If you take a look on the schedule, Pro Ski is going to be late this afternoon around 15:35. and that would be obviously local time. Mike Kirkus, thanks for joining us on the live stream. Kanokai, Saharat Nung Somit G-Force 150 fighting, and look how beautifully he's riding. Taking a quick look back. That's your second place competitor out of Pattaya, Thailand. Loves Japanese food and hates insects. I agree. I have no issue with that comment. And I asked him about his hobbies. He said, I like anything that's extreme sports. Sponsored by G-Force Power Sports, and that number is his dad's race number. There's your number 3 rider, Anthony Radatek, on the 22 boat. And now we're getting it together here on being able to look at the different competitors. 77 coming in. That's Khalid Almo Hanadi, and that is not good. Khalid actually was in the series a little bit further back. Still your World Series. What is happening with, I was just taking a look at that other French rider. I think that's Nikita that was holding his goggles. JB Pastorello leading in points in the World Series with 180. Tori Snyder comes into this with 144. Michael Legal, who was in third with 112, is out of this first moto. Anthony Radatek is going to move up into that third place spot. Right now he's in fourth with 111 points. Kasadit Tara Pratip still into this as well. Our TV production head came over here and just double checked the numbers with me because he's awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Again, your top 4. John Bruno Pastorello, followed by Naharat Song Somit, Anthony Radatek, and then Kylie Elmers. Now, last I checked, Tori was back in 6th. Sophie Francis is listening on the live stream. Maybe she'll give us an update if Tori was able to move up. But last I checked, he was in 6th place. And Brazil has chimed in and watching the championship. Larry Millette, I could not agree more. Anthony Radatek is not just an awesome rider, he is an incredible soul. Super fun to hang out with and an amazing representative for the U.S., really for jet ski racers around the world. There's your second place. Saharat Nong Som Eat coming through on that front stretch on the 150 boat. That is second. Ninsiria Montanari, go Anthony Radatek. Isn't it amazing? This gentleman travels so many places around the globe, and he is really, truly loved around the world as well. We're talking about Anthony Radatek on that double deuce, his typical race number for Anthony. And double deuce doing a great job from 6th up into 3rd. It's a lot of movement in under 20 minutes. Again, this is a 35-minute moto, and we are running out of time slowly but surely. Looking at it to about 34 minutes, so white flag should be coming within the next lap. Watching Anthony Radatek, who started racing back in 2014. And there's your race leader, and I did not see the white flag on that one. He just went under it. So we will have 2 more laps. Oh, no, I did see it. It did come up. Yay! All right, white flag is up for John Bruno Pastorello. I was wondering if he hit the time right. All right, final lap. Pro-Am Endurance Open. They're going to have another one when we kick off the racing in the afternoon. The first on that schedule is going to be the Pro Endurance Open again. Ninsanira still shouting out. I really appreciate all the comments on the live stream, you guys. Anthony took the WGP WATERJET Offshore Championship this year, 2023, in Phuket. It's the first time they had that big offshore championship in Phuket, and right now he's 3rd in the points standings, and this finish is going to really help him get around Michael Legal, who is just 1 point ahead of him coming into this, but Michael Legal broke on lap 4 in this first moto. One of the easiest things to do braking in these endurance open classes. And again, we're on the final lap for Pro-Am Endurance. We've got a big schedule of us today. Coming up next, we're going to be doing Pro-Am Ski Stock. We've got a minor break, and then Pro-Am Ski Stock, followed by Pro Runabout 1100 Open, Pro Sport GP, Pro Ski Grand Prix, and then Pro-Am Ski Stock, all coming at you this morning. And actually, Pro Ski will be at 11:16. Actually, we're about 20 minutes off, so just add about 20 minutes to that, 11:16. Be closer to noon for Pro Ski to come to the line. And again, that's local time, Pattaya, Thailand. I don't know if Opal got back out. Yeah, I did have some questions on that as well. I did not see him come back out on the track. I am hoping he was able to get back out there. We're talking about Tapa Tairawat on boat 951, who was in second and then broke. Congratulations to John Bruno Pastorello, taking the win in this first moto. What a beautiful job from a gentleman that has won every round this year. And you can see Francois Midori back there cheering him on. Of course, Teddy Pons, the mechanic for both Jeremy Perez and for Francois Midori, back there cheering John Bruno Pastorello on. His team comes down to give him some love, and it is well-deserved. That truly is an endurance king, John Bruno Pastorello. Got a little overcast skies momentarily here in Pattaya as we finish up with that checker flag. And Rob Moore, one of our premier race directors, up in the tower this week. Second place will be the 150 boat. That is Saharat Nong Som Eat, followed by Anthony Radatek in third, Kylie Elmers in fourth, and I think Tori Snyder did end up either fifth or sixth. All right, you guys, once again, congratulations to John Bruno Pastorello and the win. And right after this, we'll be taking a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
National Sport Development Funds.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds.
Welcome to our proudest moment, tumbling through every single detail, unveiling pristine odysseys ahead, crafting each element for globe trotting, embarking for the sky. Your magical journey redefined. Thai, smooth as silk.
National Sport Development Funds.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
New Fortuner Leader สัญลักษณ์ใหม่แห่งความสำเร็จสำหรับผู้นำที่พร้อมลุยในทุกสถานการณ์สะท้อนความสำเร็จในแบบคุณกับ Fortuner Leader Generation ที่โชว์รูมโตโยต้าทั่วประเทศน้ำมันหล่อลื่น Dynamic Common Rail Synthetic พลังช่วยปกป้องเพื่อรถยนต์นั่งดีเซลทุกประเภทให้พลังแรงช่วยยืดอายุการเปลี่ยนถ่ายช่วยประหยัดเชื้อเพลิงต้อง Dynamic Common Rail Synthetic จาก PTG Lubricants
National Sport Development Funds.
Welcome back to the WGP WATERJET World Cup right here in Pattaya, Thailand. We're also doing the WGP WATERJET World Series. Let's talk about it because we're on to Pro-Am Ski Stock. That's going to be our next race up today. And currently in the points lead, it's Matthias Reynes from Estonia with 180 points coming into this one. It's going to be our first moto of the day. Eminelli Ortendal is in second. Look at you go, girl. So that's Estonia, then Sweden, top two. Salim Al-Matawa is in third from Kuwait in the points. Let's see. Eminelli has 132 into this one, and Salim Al-Matawa with 117. He's tied with another Estonian, Marlon Teek. Tanawid and Tanawin Moli also riding for Thailand. They're in fifth and sixth, respectively. And in seventh, believe it or not, Rick Shirker out of the U.S. What a cool opportunity to see him come out of the woodwork and watching him race back in Lake Havasu City, Arizona this year. Dan Hoke from the Netherlands is in 8th. Jacob Fruing is in 9th. And Sergei Lysenko from Cyprus is in 10th. Sergei is actually here, so he'll have an opportunity to move up. That is the setup of the stage, and you can see a massive representation, and that's because Alexo and so many other Russian riders. We've got quite a few in this class. Vadim Chernika riding for Russia. Chernuka Velisavlad riding for Russia. Alexander Pakomov riding for Russia. And Eduard Sarkisyan also riding for Russia. My gosh, we have 4 riders from Russia. 4 riders from Thailand. Tanawin Moli. Tanawid Moli. Naratip Tong Yu. And Nanawat Singarai. And you can see them all up grabbing their positions on the line as we get ready to go with the first moto for Pro-Am Ski Stock. 16 riders. Nabil Broca also on this lineup from Morocco. Raka Kamada riding for Japan. Kaneko. Mommy Kaneko is going to be in this one as well. Watch for her. She's riding for Japan. Takehito Mizawa riding for Japan. And we got Sergei Lysenko riding for Cyprus. Big class today. And you can see Matthias Reynes down there on the 328 getting ready to rumble. That is Tanawid and Tanawin there as well. 6th and cents. The Triple Aces, Nanawat Singarai, a.k.a. Boone, running up there to get his number. You can see Simon Ricks just off the behind that tent as we get these riders staged and ready to go. And you're going to be watching, again, the first race of this morning for Pro-Am Ski Stock. Let's talk about last year. Nanawat Singarai brought it home for Thailand for the Thai Cup with that beautiful win. Tanawid Mo Lee was in second. Tana Win Mo Lee was in third. Salim Al Mata was in fourth. And Naratip Tong Yu rounds out your top 5. That's what it looked like for the Thai Cup in 2022. And right now, Tana Wid and Tana Win are wild cards, being in 5th and 6th respectively in points, but they can certainly jump onto this podium with the World Series points. Let's talk about Pro-Am ski stock on the different stops. When we got to Poland, Matthias Reynes took the win. Then we went to Vichy. He won again. Then we took that stop in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and in Pro-Am ski stock at the top of the heap, it was Matthias Reynes. He's won every stop as he lines up on this lineup. Will he be able to do it again? Emily Ortendal's in second with that 132. She's also leading in Pro Women's Ski GP, so her and Matthias Reynes both have an opportunity at dual podiums this weekend. Hope that helped us get the stage set as we get ready to go for Pro-Am ski stock. And there's Emily Ortendal as she gets set on stage, and it looks like it's going to be the 03 boat of Edouard Sarkisson. John Barrett down there holding for that 9-8 boat, Emily. And it looks like the T30. That's Tana Wid Moli also on the inside. Chernuka Velocivelod also going to be lining up on the inside. If I'm not mistaken, well, you can see Mateus starting to get that boat lined up on the outside split. Again, pole position on the inside is going to be boat number 03, Edouard Sarkisson. Give me just 1 second. I was just hanging out here real briefly with Sophie Francis, and you actually had an update for me. Did you say that Tori Snyder got up into 4th?
Yes, it looks like Tori got into 4th. We were actually in the hotel on the balcony. We were able to see the whole race. It was pretty good.
You had a better view than me. That's not fair.
Yeah, we saw everything. It was good.
Good job. I appreciate you, girl. All right, Joe Bahan, thank you so much for the feedback. And Robert Crow, thank you, too, as well, for joining us on the live stream. Sophie, actually, I just Marine volunteered her. She's going to help me with some of the top 10 as well, because she's able to sneak outside the production tent and take a look at that racetrack. So she's going to help me a little bit with the numbers as we get ready to go. Let me do this rundown really quickly. Boat number 93 on I believe we're working on this outside. And that is a new number. I don't have that one. There is Singarai, Natawat Singarai, your 2022 Thai Cup champion. Nantawat back here defending his title. And there is Matthias Reynes, the gentleman that won every round this year on the World Series Tour, riding for Estonia. Boat number 69, that is Raka Kamada, riding for Japan. Another, man, we got quite a few young ladies in this class. Boat number 22 also down on that lineup. That's another Russian rider, Alexander Pakhomov. Alexander riding for Hydropower. Boat number 7. This is your outside split. And boat number 7, Vadim Chernikiev, riding for Russia Jet Ski Club. And your outside, that's Sergei Elinksenko, riding for Cyprus. And I didn't get that entire lineup, but we'll make sure that we do that next time. Again, on the inside, 03 with the pole position on the inside is going to be Edouard Sarkisson. Really got a wash for him. He rides for XBJ Racing Team. Very quick rider. And then right next to him is T30 at Tana Widmoli. And then right next to him is going to be Emily Ortendal. All of that talent on the inside split. There's a quick look at Mateo Reynes' dad as we get staged and ready to go. You're about to watch Moto 1 Pro-Am ski stock. And quite a bit of people shouting out for Naratip. Naratip Tong Yu, riding for OTS Racing Team, another very quick local product. Yeah, again, Gallagher, John Barrett is down there holding for Eminelli. We're familiar with John Barrett, one of the holders for Mike Klippenstein. And a great friend. Jerry Wong is here too. Both these guys, of course, living in Canada. And what a tremendous contingent from Russia. 28 riders here this weekend and a massive area in the pit section on the right-hand side. And this is going to be a very competitive class. Stock, so the engines are limited. They're going to have to absolutely highlight rider skill. And when you watch these passes getting set up, I think it is even more cool to watch it in stock because they're really not able to use horsepower against each other. So every buoy counts, every placement on a turn counts, and you cannot afford too many mistakes or the rider behind you will take advantage. Stock class, one of the more fun ones to watch, and that's what you've got teed up here as we get underway with an amazing set of pro races today. I want to say a special thanks to Freedom Racing, one of our sponsors. We had an amazing conversation yesterday with Darren Attard from Jet Pilot, our official clothing sponsor, talking about all of the innovations happening. Hopefully get a chance to catch up with some of our other great sponsors this week as well. Look at Eminelli Ortendahl. Always got the happy face. Beautiful young lady out of Sweden. When I first met her, she was actually a body pump instructor. Super cool. Now she helps her dad out in his business. Again, 16 riders on the line. Looks like 9 countries represented on this one. Ross Moore, our race director from the tower. And we have a new starting grid, a new starting system. I don't know if you noticed that. So he is indicating to the riders with that circular motion, please start your engines. Watch the grid. Once they start that race grid, he's going to go down the line. And once he points to all the riders and that grid goes into motion, they cannot reverse that start system. And creepage happening for boat 22, but again, we can't go backwards. Yeah, it was kind of wild on that start. And Matej Arenas on the outside with a great start. And you can see the Russian riders' teammates all grimacing on that one. It was 22 that had a little creepage. That's Alexander Pakimov. In boat number 8, Naratip Tongyu. I told you he was going to be a threat. He rides for OTS Racing Team, and he's got the whole shot on the inside. Natrat Singarai on the outside. Meeting up with Naratep on the front. And it is going to be Nantwat and Naratep. And boat number 8 with the whole shot. Oh, but that competition is not even remotely done. Naratip Tongyu had to shut the door pretty hard on this one. Naratip with the whole shot from that inside beautiful start. Going to be Nantwat Singarai, your defending world champion, right behind him in second. Man, he just flared those elbows out, setting up for that final turn. Nantwat Singarai, the gentleman that took the win last year, very competitive racer. And he is going to be aggressive in these turns, a really physical rider. It's super fun to watch this gentleman ride, and that looks like T4 Tanawin Mo Lee. Choke Mo Lee's one of the twins named Six and Sense, and Tanawin is currently up in third. And now we've got we got the hookup now on this top 5, right? Woohoo! This is a great start and a clean start. We're now underway. All right, looks like Nanawat going to the inside. Tanawin's going to follow Nartip to this outside split. You can already see the conditions starting to get a little sketch out there. These boats popping out of the water, sweeping hard through that turn on the inside. That was a pretty nice run on buoy 3. I really like the setup. Let's see how he does. Beautiful run. Nanarat Singarai almost took over the lead off of that inside split. I do believe notice was given, and he is not done pushing Naratip. Nantarat Singarai, relentless. I promised you he was going to be a very physical rider. There's your onboard action. Nantarat Singarai Just a little. Oh, he actually went down and off the boat, got caught up in the cross waves that we had been talking about all week. And Nantarat Singarai was just a little over the left-hand side of the boat, and he couldn't recover. So Nantarat Singarai was in second, now off on lap 2. Yeah, that's a really tough break for Nantarat Singarai. You know, I really thought he was going to be able to ride that out. I saw him starting to unfold off of the left-hand side of it, but just couldn't pull it back. So they're bringing him back to his boat. That's going to move Tanawin Moli up into second. And Naratip now uncontested, at least for a minute, with that pesky that pesky number triple ace boat, Nantarat Singarai. He's so aggressive and so physical. Really, really great rider. All right, looks like we got Tanawin on the outside. Naratip to the inside split. Naratip's got a nice gap. Just watching the two riders come through on the the right-hand portion of this track. And we got 2.47 seconds separating first and second place. That is Tanawin Moli that you are watching, and he is up against Naratip Tong Yu. Naratip works in a restaurant right here in Thailand. That boat is built by Where's the Jib Jumbo Tuner. That race number, by the way, is his grandmother's. She chose it for him after consulting with monks. And they looked at his horoscope, and that's how he picked his number, and that's the race number that he races with. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let's talk about Tanawin Moli, the gentleman up in second place. His nickname is Six, a pair of twins, and it's kind of a cool story. 6 Cents actually is... The reason they've nicknamed him that is because they thought maybe that Juanita was going to have twins, but they didn't know. They didn't get the x-ray right away. So 6 Cents, that's literally what they meant. So I have a 6 cents that I'm about to have 2 kids here. And not only did Choke and Juanita have 2 kids, but they had 2 very talented children. Gosh, you guys have got to know Chocolate Moli, a multiple Thai champion, multiple world champion, probably one of the biggest Thai riders to come over into the United States and take titles for many years. And how cool to see his 2 sons out on the water. You're watching Tanawin. That would be a.k.a. Six on the water in second. Rides for Kevin Redder and the Flamingo team. And that is who built his race boat. Sponsored by Knauf. Build on us. Let's take a look at the time between first and second place. And a little bit more than last lap, 2.96. And there is number 3. That is, I do believe, your third place rider. Yep, Edward Sarkisson, who was lined up on the pole position on the inside. Got a pretty good start up in third. And 41 right behind him. Let's take a look. Who is boat number 41? I don't see boat number 41. Takahito Mazawa from Japan riding for Freedom. And there is 22, your 5th place rider, Alexander Pakumov, one of the young Russian guns. I'm going to have Sophie Francis, who's up here hanging out with me in the tent. She's going to have to fill out a rider profile since she's going to be on the international circuit next year. And I actually don't have the write-up on the Russian riders, Emma Nelly Ortendahl. I believe Emma is back in 6th. Great, you guys. Thank you so much. I love our production team. They are on it. We already got you up to 6th place. Let's do that rundown once again. It's Naratip Tong Yu, your race leader. Followed by Tanawin Moli. Get a little quick shot of the 17-year-old twins. And he's closer. Yeah, I was just noticing that. Let's take a look. 2.69 from a 2.96. That's the gap between first and second. Yeehaw. Edward Sarkisson third. Again, that 41 boat, Takahito Mizawa in fourth. There is Sarkisyan, your third place rider. Edward out of Russia, riding for XBJ. Ooh, look at Ibanelli putting La Pressure on fourth place. She's going to try to sweep him. Yeah, she really does ride amazing lines. I was just hearing that from Sophie. Sophie Francis joining me in the booth. And look at Emma diving down, drops her shoulder, goes to the inside, trying to find a clean line. She is working Takahito Mizawa, your fourth place rider, who rides for the Freedom Racing Team. He's a tricky one, though. He's a very good defensive rider, and I can tell he's been shutting the door on her. There's your battle for first. That is Naratip Tong Yu for the OTS race team, and Tanawin Mo Lee riding for Knauf and U.S. Gypsum. Build on us, Knauf. Little backstretch in between, smart move. I've noticed he's got his feet very far back in the tray. Pretty different riding style. Look how much you've got Tanawin Mo Lee's got his knee pushing up against the front part of that tray. And because he's so tall, he actually moves that knee out a little bit just to give him a little bit more room so we can drop down and make those adjustments as needed. Cool shot of the backstretch. This is a big course, 60 buoys, 2.9 kilometers on this one. And you can see the deterioration in the race conditions on that backstretch. We're getting some big rollers starting to come in, and the surge actually is going to start having an effect as we move our way through the afternoon. Hi, Greg Wall. Great to have you on the live stream. Again, your race leader, Naratip Tong Yu. The gentleman in fourth, Takahito Mizawa, works in a jet ski shop. Let's see if he's able to continue to hold off Emanelli Ortendahl. This is going to be very close. Naratip, your battle for the lead. Naratip Tong Yu still got it, but looks like Tanawin pushing him. Tanawin not able to close that gap. And there is Naratip Tong Yu switching legs. He's staying very, very loose, using those legs like pistons in suspension. 2.47, that is 2 laps in a row that Tanawin Mo Lee has been closing the gap. And as I talked about, because we're watching stock class, they're not going to make these passes instantly unless the rider ahead of him makes a mistake. So what he's trying to do is just close the gap and create an opportunity for himself, put Naratip Tong Yu under pressure. So far, Naratip stayed very cool and has continued to work that inside split. And man, earlier this week, that inside split was wicked quick, but I've noticed they've kept it very, very close the last couple of days. You're watching the battle for Naratip Tong Yu and Tanawin Mo Lee. By the way, that race number 4, that's the same race number as his dad, Chocolate, used to race. And will it be lucky for him on this next lap? Let's take a look at the split section. Naratip Tong Yu to the inside again. Riding very smart. That was beautiful. Turn 5 was very nice for Tanawin Mo Lee. Dropping to the front stretch. I saw a clean run, but it actually looks like he dropped back just a little. Let's see what we got. Yep, from a 2.47 to a 2.59 for Tanawin Mo Lee. I'm noticing he seems to make up a bit more time on the right-hand side of the track. Pretty rough through here. Naratip Tong Yu riding solid, but Tanawin, well, not as much on this one. He had a minor bobble on that final turn before they have this big sweeper, and then they've got a nasty little elbow turn, double buoy here. I love these, but I hate them. These double buoys, you have to maintain higher speeds. You can play defense on them easier, but they don't give you a whole lot of breaks on these. Emma is amazing. Jason Psycho Ward listening in. Thanks for joining. Naratip is fighting, bro. Kanakai up here giving him bunch of love. Luke Hermsen, the schedules are posted on the website, but I do believe around 11:30ish should be maybe 11:45, closer to 12, so running just a little bit behind. Eminelli did get around boat number 41. That was Mizawa. I believe Eminelli's moved up into 4th. Great little move, and now Tana Widmoli trying to get around Mizawa. Tana Wid is matching wits with the rider from Japan, Takehito Mizawa, who rides for the Freedom Racing team. And it looks like that white flag is ready to come out. We're watching Pro-Am ski stock. And Narteep having to get through lap traffic, and that was the opportunity that Tana Win was looking for. Tana Win got blown out just a little bit, and Narteep makes a run, trying to stay ahead of Tana Win Moli. And that gap got reduced a bunch. 1.44 is all that separates your top 2 riders on this last lap. That is really close. No breaks for your race leader, Narteep Tong Yu. The 1.44 gap, that gives Tana Win Moli the opportunity to lock and load as they come through that split section, which is coming up after they get off of this long back stretch. And look at that water. And I've been talking about the cross waves throughout that, but with this really cool view, you can see what I'm talking about here. These guys really have to pay attention. In addition to the cross waves, you're getting some big tsunamis coming in there. And it looks like Tana Win once again to the smartly. He's going to go to the outside, but he's got lap traffic. White flag is flying for Narteep Tong Yu. And he's got a clean run on this inside split. Turn 3 was very nice. Turn 4 good. Here's turn 5. Tana Win still fighting lappers. And checker flag, no dramas for Narteep Tong Yu. Congratulations for your win in Moto 1. So whole shot to completion. A beautiful job for the gentleman out of Thailand riding for the OTS racing team. Up next, we've got Pro Runabout 1100 Open. Let's talk points. As we come into this, we've got a gentleman from the Philippines who's sitting at the top of the pack with 166 points. That is Louis Bahizon. He had a second place finish in Poland and then a win in France. In the U.S., he got another second, and right now he looks outstanding. And that, by the way, was that battle for 4th place, and I believe that Tana Wid Moli got around for 4th. Real quickly, let's do that top 4 before we go to this next class. I should have finished that for you. Narteep Tong Yu took the win. Tana Win Moli ended up in 2nd. It did look like Ed Sarkassen ended up in 3rd. Eminelli Ortendal in 4th, and I believe it was Tana Wid Moli rounds out your top 5. Unofficially. I'll get you the official when I got it. And then let's go on to Pro Runabout 1100 Open. Louis Bahizon with 166 points. Kasadit Teraprateep in 2nd with 152 points for the World Series. Omut Salih, the gentleman that you see on the pole on the inside, is currently in 3rd with 81 points. Valentina Lascana in 4th with 75 points. Supatat Foot Raccoon is in 5th with 60 points. Erawat Lahip, a.k.a. Oak, is in 6th with 48 points. Julius Roman is in 7th with 48 points. That's how it stacks up as we get ready to go with our first moto of the day for Pro Runabout 1100 Open. And on the line, down on the inside, pole position, that is Omut Salih, a legend in Cambodia. That is Nok. And Chris down there holding for him. Kasadit Teraprateep is the gentleman on the 142 boat. Kasadit riding for FKT Concrete. And there is Supatat Foot Raccoon on the K45 boat. Supatat riding for K45 Maxima Yamaha team. Great shot of Supatat. Tasawanan Fong riding for Thailand and Superjet J Ace Racing Team. Tussle went on right there. Boat number 5, that's Book Surmsuan. What an amazing story from Book. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. From the House of Bulldogs. And there is T9 Terapat Makai riding for Thailand and Isan. And there is a boat number 25, I believe. Trying to find that one. 26. There's Louis Bahizan. Boat number 26, that's your points leader riding for Philippines at Park Motorsports. And Louis Bahizan on the outside. Great setup for him. Man, what a interesting story for Kasidit Teraprateep. His mom actually had just diagnosed. She's up in Bangkok in the hospital right now, and Kasidit actually was not going to race this week. Her mom is really, really sick, and so he was up there talking to her, and she was like, I want you to come down and race. So many prayers and thoughts for this gentleman from Thailand, and much love to you, Kasidit Teraprateep. Hope you do really well, my friend. By the way, he did so cool going old school on one of the old Sea-Doo boats, the old 800 Sea-Doo boats this year, and was actually winning on the boat earlier this week. So again, may the wings be with you today, you guys. You're watching the lineup here for Pro Runabout 1100 Open. Hanging out in a location that has 23 golf courses in Pattaya, Thailand. On the east coast in the Gulf of Thailand. And home to one of the really famous islands right here, Koh Phi. Also Koh Lan, which is only 11 kilometers offshore. Some beautiful islands here surrounding this gorgeous place. There's Kasidit. And they're doing the rundown for you again so you can see it. Supatop Foot Raccoon. Hat. Such a sweetheart. He's got a brand new wetsuit. And this is your lineup on the inside. Wu Ronghua was actually supposed to be in this one. Incredibly famous Chinese racer, but Wu actually was having problems with his boat this morning. They couldn't get it fixed quick enough, so he will not be making it to that lineup, sadly. And I promised you a cool story on Book Surmsuan. If you guys remember a couple of years ago, he wasn't able to make it this year. Here's Mr. T96 as we get ready. That's actually Supap Pusapa. Supap Pusapa on the T96 boat as we get ready to go. And Supap always does a little prayer and offers up blessings before every race. Gentleman that did incredibly well, got top 3 at the Phuket offshore race this year. And one of the riders did not get off the line, but it looked like Supap had a great start. Oh, man, that's tough for boat number 10, Tassawanan. Couldn't get the engine started, but it does look like we've got a green flag. Supatat Foot Raccoon on the inside. And that's going to be Louis Bahizan on boat number 26 on the outside, your points leader. Got to match it up with one of Thai's legends on the front stretch. Supatop Foot Raccoon with the whole shot. Followed by Louis Bahizan in second. Oh, Louis almost shaved that buoy. But Supatop Foot Raccoon with the whole shot and your race leader. Louis Bahizan rides for the Philippines, an aspiring pilot. Said he wants to become a pro rider. That boat built by Dean's team. That race number, by the way, is his birthday. Here's boat number 3. That's your third place, Omut Sali, who brought home more wins this year at the Asian Sea Games in Cambodia. His first time Cambodia hosted the Asian Sea Games, and Omut Sali took a win there. Terapat in 4th. Terapat Makai on T9. Terapat Makai riding for Isan Jet Ski. Again, there's your top 4 as we get ready to pushed through our first full lap. And that is Super Top Foot Raccoon. I love how he keeps taking a look. You wish you had rear view mirrors, but there's no way to really make that work well for you. That's your race leader. I love the peak drone. Did you guys catch that drone right in the front there? Putting his life in his hands, getting in front of one of these riders. It could be a death by drone. Knocking that drone down. Melanie, it's great to have you here. Let's go. Louis from Benz Nindorf. Rock Shinnok on him, going Co 46. A lot of chatter on the live stream. And Supap Pusapa already took one world title this year, this week in Expert Veteran Runabout Limited. That was yesterday. Man, this is a massive track. See those big buoys in the middle, those yellow buoys? I've talked about that a little bit, but that has caused some drama for the riders. Not in a bad way, but just because it's been a little bit trickier. We had to design the race course around those yellow buoys that were put out by the Thai government, and that is a safety precaution to help protect the beach, but also as swim lane for the tourists that come here. So when we put the course this year, we had to make sure and protect that area. Got a quick look of T9. That's Terapat Mackay, fourth place rider. Supatat Foot Raccoon is leading on lap 3. Supatat, 31 years old, rides for Maxima Team Pau, and loves rally driving. In his day job, and pressure from boat number T9, that is Terapat, trying to get around Louis Behizan. So Louis Behizan in second. And I love the life jacket that he's got, brand new life jacket. It's actually boat number T9 in third. That is Terapat Mackay, and I believe Omut Salih moved back into fourth. Yep, Terapat Mackay in third place spot, and then Omut Salih is in fourth, but it was Terapat that was putting pressure on Louis Behizan. I think Terapat got around Omut Salih in that lap prior in the split section. And Louis, that almost looked like he hit the brakes briefly on the backstretch. Louis goes to the outside. Now we saw Narateep in the race prior to this doing really well, working the inside split. Louis Behizan and the rest of this group really does prefer the outside on these big boats, but let's see if that inside split is quicker. Wow, nice turn on turn 4 for Terapat. Not able to get around, but that closed the gap. Let's take a look at how close they are. 2:35 is what separates Terapat Mackay from Louis Behizan. That's your battle for second. That's Book that has moved up into fourth, and I wonder if Omut Salih is having injury problems. Book Surmswan has moved up into the fourth place spot, and I keep trying to tell you the story. So 2 years ago, he was out in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, couldn't get the boat to run. They were having catastrophic problems, so Book actually went to the junkyard and bought an old hull in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, fixed up the hull, and took a world title in Lake Havasu on a scrap heap of a boat. Yeah, unbelievable story for Book Surmswan, who also, by the way, raises very rare turtles. Just a really amazing individual. Right now he's up in fourth, and it looked like boat number 10 still having problems. That was Tasawanan, still out on the track, but unfortunately experiencing some race difficulties or boat difficulties. Supatat Foot Raccoon, fifth in the World Series with 60 points, rides for Maxima Team, and a manager of Reds Halcyon. It's a two-time IJSBA world champion, and look who just got around Louis Behizan. That is Terapat Mackay, and there's BJ Ang. That is Louis Behizan's buddy, shouting him on, but Terapat just got around Louis Behizan. Little micro missile. T9. All right, so Supatat Foot Raccoon leading, Terapat second, and Louis Behizan now in third. Still not going to hurt him. Closest to him in points is Kasadit Terapratip for the World Series. Louis Bahizin's got 166 points so far. All right, you guys, again, watching Pro Runabout 1100 Open, and Louis Bahizin again on that outside. Terapat Makai, after that beauty pass from the inside, is actually cruising. Now Book Surmswan is putting pressure on Louis Bahizin from the inside split. And Louis going a little bit wide. Book moving into third, and Louis Bahizin just moved back into fourth. So Book Surmswan up in third. And Louis Bahizin has dropped back into fourth place on our first moto for Pro Runabout 1100 Open. Still no dramas left. We've got a whole bunch, we've got a whole bunch of motos, 4 motos for each one of these guys. Ben saying hi, Papa BJ, and you can see BJ Ang and the team watching quietly. Rico saying he's watching from the land of Wano. And Omat Salih has dropped back a bit in the points. And I am looking for him on the track. I don't even see him on the track. See if we can find Omat Salih on boat number 3. But he would probably be back in 5th. There's your race leader, Supatat Foot Raccoon. 2-time IGSBA World Champion, 2-time World Kings Cup Champion, and a Thai champion. 31 years fast. And Supatat Foot Raccoon also does a lot to support new riders in the sport of jet ski racing, and just an outstanding individual. Gentleman behind him, Terapat Makai, on boat number T9, and Terapat had to do that the hard way. He's a 3-time King champion, King's Cup champion, 3-time world champion, and 3-time Thai champion. So if you counted the world titles just in these top 3, you're probably looking at about 20 world titles, because Book Surmswan also is a multiple Thai champion and a multiple world champion. By the way, he's always says he's sponsored by House of Bulldogs. That's not a business. That just means he has a ton of bulldogs. So as a cute joke, him and his wife just say they're sponsored by the House of Bulldogs. And they're adorable, by the way. You should check them out on their Facebook page and Instagram. You're watching Book Surmswan riding up in third. Such cool stories about these guys. Okay, so we got Supatat Foot Raccoon, then in second, Terapat Makai. Third is Book Surmswan, and Louis Bahizin is in fourth. And there's your race leader. And I was just asking in my head, I feel like we should have a white flag. Not sure what kind of race engines we got out to the right of us. You're watching the final lap for Supatat Foot Raccoon. Angel McHenry chiming in on the live stream. Go Book. We've got 3 more races in this morning's grid, and then we'll be taking a brief break. Sport GP is going to be coming up next, followed by Pro Ski Grand Prix and Pro-Am Ski Stock. That will be our second moto, Pro-Am Ski Stock. And then we'll be taking a break after that. So 3 more races before our break, but don't you go anywhere, because Pro Ski is coming at you in just a minute. Uh-oh, no, Terapat just broke down. Terapat Makai, he did get that boater back going, but Book Surmswan moved around him. So a change here in the top 3 as Book moves into second, T9 back up into third, was able to preserve third. on that final lap. Man, that's tough. I don't know. It looks like he just pulled a lanyard. Maybe. Checker flag coming out. That's it for Super Top Foot Raccoon. Congratulations on your first moto win in Pro Runabout 1100 Open. Open. Gonna be Book Serm Swan just coming from that inside for second. You can see the team shouting him on. And then a Terrapot. Beautiful job for Super Top Foot Raccoon. And then there's T9. Well, I wonder if he was able to even hold on to that third. For sure, our top two, Super Top Foot Raccoon, followed by Book Serm Swan. And you can see Book and Super Top there. I'm sure his wife very happy to see that finish. And a great job done by these competitors as we get ready for our next run out of the gate. It's going to be Pro Sport GP coming at you next. All right, you guys, you just got done watching the Runabout Open class. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to our proudest moment. Tumbling through every single detail. Unveiling pristine odysseys ahead. Crafting each element for globe-trotting. Embarking for the sky. Your magical journey redefined. Thai, smooth as silk.
National Sport Development Funds.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
New Fortuner Leader สัญลักษณ์ใหม่แห่งความสำเร็จสำหรับผู้นำที่พร้อมลุยในทุกสถานการณ์สะท้อนความสำเร็จในแบบคุณกับ Fortuner Leader Generation ที่โชว์รูมโตโยต้าทั่วประเทศน้ำมันหล่อลื่น Dynamic Common Rail Synthetic พลังช่วยปกป้องเพื่อรถยนต์นั่งดีเซลทุกประเภทให้พลังแรงช่วยยืดอายุการเปลี่ยนถ่ายช่วยประหยัดเชื้อเพลิงต้อง Dynamic Common Rail Synthetic จาก PTG Lubricants
National Sport Development Funds.
Woohoo! Welcome back. We are bringing more big pro races to you this morning. WGP WATERJET World Cup and the WGP WATERJET World Series. I'm Don Dawson in the booth with Sophie Francis, and let's talk about Pro Sport GP. Down on the line, T52, that is Supak Setara on the number 52 boat. Supak Setara, by the way, your defending Thai Cup champion from 2022. She was joined on that podium from a gentleman you just got through watching racing, Terrapot Mackay, and in third was Simon Belcher. Speak of the devil, there is Simon Belcher on the triple aces. Simon in the points lead right now in the World Series. He won every round this year. Starting in Poland, he comes into this one with 180. There's Tanapat Tipaparai riding on the T20 boats. Look at Opal on the 951 Tapaterawat Yonsonit riding for Thailand, a Ratchaburi jet ski team. Go Opal. I love that boat. Look at that thing is glittering. Wow. Yeah, it is super cool. T9. Also up on the lineup, that is Terrapot Mackay. Terrapod, who just took a nice top 3 in that moto we just watched in the Runabout Open class, comes right back up to the lineup. Here's your points for the World Series. Simon Belcher with 180. In second, James Bushell with 149. In third, Talon Farthing with 53. In fourth, Brandon Warner. And there's Arnon Hung Long on boat number T19 on that outside. And there's the T triple threes, Panapun Ditai, riding for Thailand at Gazebo Jet Racing. Yep. And boat number T8 also in this lineup. That is Kiratakorn Phew Nam. I did not see James Bushell. Where's James Bushell? Oh, okay. Hey, James is on the outside. The gentleman that's currently second in the points. Riding for the UK. Uh-oh. I don't know about you, but I feel like we're going to see some red people. That's got to be a red flag start, and it is, as these riders split off. That sort of looked like a jet formation, didn't it? It was quite cool. Up here with Sophie Francis, and I'll just catch some quick insights on those kind of starts. How nerve-wracking is it when you are trying to guess whether you've got a red flag?
It's just the lineup itself is pretty nervous. Now they're doing a start where it's up to 8 seconds. So to try and hold that and try and go in that time, it's difficult.
There was your replay on that starting grid, and we're back up live on the line, and that was the premature acceleration you saw on the outside. And generally, when you see something that bold, I would say we're probably going to have a dead engine start. But it's a tough break for boat number T95. That's Abdun Duwala, riding for Thailand, the Ratchaburi jet ski team. Get back to this lineup, and if you do get penalized on this start, you will have to start with a dead engine and your hand in the air. But unlike most of these rounds, they're actually allowing the riders to have their holders still on the line, and the reason for that is safety. The race conditions down here are tricky enough and the waves big enough. They want to make sure that they're not having any of those riders bump into other riders, so they'll all still be able to hold their holders. I love seeing all the crowds here from around the world. You can catch some of them here on the camera as we get ready to go for Moto number 1 Pro Sport GP. Again, your points lead. It's Simon Belcher with a perfect score. 180 points. He's taken every win so far. Is riding buddy James Bushell right there in second with 149 points. And they're going for 2 different cups this year. They, as always, right, we'll have the Thai Cup, which is this local round, still a very big deal. And then they will also have the World Series. More money up for grabs, by the way, for the one round. Dwayne Bascom, go Brandon Warner. And cheering on my nephew, T19. That would be Arnon Hung Long. And Louisa Darley, go Simon Belcher. And Melanie Pace saying hi, Sophie.
Hi.
And that would be our second jump of the morning. Special thanks to Devery and our other great sponsors. Don't forget to join us on all of our social media streams, Jet Ski World Cup Grand Prix. That's Facebook, our website, jetski-worldcup.com, Instagram, Jet Ski World Cup. In case you haven't noticed, we're everywhere. Also TikTok at WGP1-Jet Ski World Cup. Like, follow, comment. In other words, stay connected. Uh-oh. Boat problems. Then they do look like they're trying to call a 2-minute hold. Working to get that boat started. That's the 95 boat. Abdun Duwala riding for Thailand in the Ratchaburi Jet Ski Club. And they're going to have to hustle because that starting grid has begun. And the other riders move it into position. Nice start. James Bushell just a tad bit wonky on the outside. Still got a great start. Supak Cetera on the pole position on the inside, and right at the end, the door shut on Supak Cetera. Let's see what happens on this starting grid. Beautiful overhead look. Let's see where we got on the inside. Just take that. Might be, I'm trying to see if that's Opal. I need that number. And T8 on the outside. T8 is Karatakorn Punam. And just trying to see the race number on that one. Unofficially, I'm thinking that might be Tapa Tararat. Is it 20? Yep, T20 Tanapat, Tiparai. Thank you guys. They got me. Taparat, Tanapat Tiparai is actually riding for the Gazebo Jet Ski Racing Team, and T8 up in second, Karatakorn Punam, him and his sister Sasina Punam, amazing racers. All right, so your top two are out of the gate. Let's take a look and see where Belcher and Bushell are. Bushell had a good start on the outside. Just got shut down on that final couple of turns. And we are underway. You know, we were just talking about this earlier in the week. We've had timed classes, but it looks like we've moved over into laps. Pro Sport is going to have 11 laps on the clock. And your race leader, boat number T20 Tanapat Tiparai, moves to the outside split. Yes, ma'am, I will remember to drink water. Thank you so much, Angel McHenry. And the T8 boat also going to the outside. I believe that might be Simon Belcher up in the third place spot. And Simon trying to make a move on the boat T8. That is Karatakorn Punam. That is close. 2.38 separating Simon Belcher from Karatakorn. I love that picture of Simon. Looks like he's posing there. 951, that's Opal. Man, that is a good... Okay, you know what, Opal? You get the award for coolest boat on the water right now. Look at that translucent color. Nicknamed Opal. He is a financial student, and right now he's up in fourth. And that looks like 19... Arnon Hong Long, who was having boat problems, he is in fifth. Arnon Hong Long, after trying to get that boat fired up, still managed to get out of there in fifth. Great start for Arnon Hong Long, riding for Freedom Racing Team, and that's perfect because Freedom Racing Team is one of our sponsors, and they just came up. There is a T95. Had to start with a dead engine. That's Opta Duwula. And already we're creeping up on him for lap traffic. Simon Belcher trying to come from the outside, does not make up any time on lap 3. And the gentleman, Abdullah Duwala, boat number 95, Abdun Duwala, moving out of the way for everybody. And actually, that boat just went back down on him. Tough break for Abdun Duwala. Oh, I hate that feeling when you have to just sit out there when all the other boats are going by you. Okay, you're watching your top 3 riders come through. That's T20 Tanapat Tuparai, followed by the T8 of Karatakorn Punam and Simon Belcher. What a huge course. 60 buoys, 2.57 is the separation between second and third. Your point series leader back in third. Right now he's got a great position set up for the World Series. But again, they're battling for 2 different classes here. Obviously, they want to take that Thai Cup big money, $45,000 on the line for USD, by the way, for the top riders. Look at Karatakorn. Ooh, Karatakorn tapped that buoy. I think he landed on the correct side of it, but that was a little scary, costing him a clean turn on turn 4. on the inside split, and that was enough to close the gap for Mr. Belcher. It went down to a 1-3-1. Only a second and a half now between second and third place. That's Karadakorn second and Belcher back there in third, and Belcher is on the prowl. Gentleman that rides for the UK. We got a chance to hang out with him yesterday. He's a rally driver as well, and Simon Belcher said he absolutely loves racing against James Bushell, but James drives him crazy because he's always says makes it too hard for him to win. That was Opal that you saw. Opal back in a fourth place spot. Simon Belcher, a 14-time British champion, 4-time European champion. Currently leading in the points series. Uh-oh, I'm hearing screaming. What's happening? Oh, my goodness. Did your race leader go down? Because that sure looked like it. That was T20 that's in the water. Oh, no. Tough break for Tanapat Tiparai. Your race leader out of it and did the Michael Phelps on the outside. I hate that when that happens. Here's your instant replay for your race leader. Let's see what happens as he sets up for the outside turn. Oh, I see. Super subbed, and that thing just flipped him right on the left side. What a tough break for Tanapat Tiparai. That's going to move Karadakorn Punam into the lead and Belcher in second. And Karadakorn Punam. Beautiful, beautiful racer. Him and his sister both incredibly fast. Listen to this. He's only 21 years old. That race number is his birthday. Is sponsored by his family. He is a 2-time novice champion in stock. And right now he's in the lead in your Pro Sport GP. Back in third, Opal. Gentleman that did so good at the round in Phuket, Thailand for the Offshore Championship this year in 2023. My first chance to get a chance to hang out with him, and just an outstanding individual, incredibly smart. His dad's in the finance industry, and now he's following in his footsteps, talking about the number 3 rider, Opal 951 Taparat. You're watching Pro Sport GP, and I want to say we're about halfway through this 11-lap race. Wraps. I said wrap, didn't I? I knew you guys were not going to let me get away with that one. Joe Thieker saying, "Go Daddy." That's talking about the triple aces of Simon Belcher. Vicky Gregory also shouting out for Simon Belcher. And one of the coolest things about him is that he loves one of my favorite artists. That's Ed Sheeran is one of his favorite musical artists. Lives in Swindon, UK. That's Simon Belcher back in second. Oh, no way. I didn't know you lived in Swindon. Oh, that's very cool. Sophie was just sharing that with me. Well, tell me about Swindon.
It's cool. It's just not warm. It's pretty freezing there. And I remember speaking to Simon yesterday, and he said he liked to be here because we were in England a couple of days ago, and it was freezing.
It was freezing. Yeah, it's opposite of freezing. Let me share. Like, we've done nothing but sweat. Super high humidity. I mean, these conditions are actually pretty tough to race in, but big humidity, big temperatures. It puts an added amount of pressure on these engines. Speaking of pressure, look at what's happening at the front of this pack. That is a Karadakorn getting hunted by Simon Belcher. Let's see what happens on the splits. Karadakorn chooses to go to the inside. Probably a smart move. Belcher goes to the outside. This is going to be a pretty close one. Turn 2 for both the riders, very nice. Turn 3, Simon a smidge wide, staying high on that throttle. Ooh, Simon tapped the buoy on turn 4. Will that affect him coming into that front stretch? That is going to be close. Karadakorn spun out. Simon Belcher moves into the lead. Beautiful move from Simon Belcher. I think Karadakorn actually still had that, or at least would have had a good run in it, but tapping that buoy and smidging on that final turn, that was enough to knock him out. Woo. Got a little excited there. Sophie did too. She was dancing in that chair. Wow. Well, we got a change of leadership, you guys, as Simon Belcher moves into the lead on the triple ace. Karadakorn Punam, no slouch. That was still great riding for Karadakorn Punam. And Tapaterawat, a.k.a. Opal, in third. Wow. Yeah, that was quite a bit happening in 2 laps. You lost your race leader. That was 220. Tanapat Tuparai goes down, and then you have another change in leadership with Simon Belcher. All of that actually under 2 laps. Yeah, wow. Special thanks to the National Sports Development Fund, because without you and that incredible association, athletes from all different disciplines would not be able to compete in the sport that they love. We've got more pushing happening back there in 4th. Oh my Lord. That is Opal getting pressure from boat number 19. That's Arnon Honglong. And Opal going at it in the split section. Let's take a look as they drop to the front stretch. Karadakorn spawn that inside. Belcher comes through. Karadakorn comes through clean from the inside. And that is Opal under pressure. Oh, that's Supak Cetera. Cetera pushing pressure on Opal, and he's going to push him out of the way. Beep, beep. You really do need horns on these boats. Beep, beep. Supak Cetera just moved into third. You little sneaky rascal. Supak Cetera, a race veteran, pushing the young gun around. You're not going to be able to get away with that forever, buddy. It's so awesome. He's 28 years old. Supak Cetera, just amazing racer. He's full-time jet ski racer, rides for Napadon and Freedom Racing and a Bangkok-built boat. That race number, by the way, was chosen for Supak Cetera by his dad. He's competed in over 10 championships. He's had 22 wins. He's landed on the top of almost 52 times. Well, how cool is that that's his race number as well? You're watching Supak Cetera. And now he's putting pressure on Karadakorn Funam. That is the gentleman on the yellow and black boat. He goes to the outside. And you can text me. Just text me stuff. All right, you guys, back to Pro Sport GP. And Sophie Francis, thank you so much again for hanging out. She's going to go watch Jimmy Wilson and the rest of the gang as they get on the line for Pro Ski. And you too better watch Supak Cetera right at the end. Simon Belcher taking the win. Congratulations to Simon Belcher with the win in Moto 1, followed by Karadakorn. And then in third, Supak Cetera. That was too close to call, but I do believe it was Karadakorn taking second. And Supak Cetera for third. What a beautiful job. And you can see the reaction from Team UK. And they're just shaking up there in the tower. That was just awesome. Great racing. Watching Moto 1, Pro Sport GP. Up next, you guys, lock and load, tray tables in the upright position. You know what's coming. Pro Ski. All right, let's talk about this lineup, which is insane. Kevin Farthing, you can see that boat number down on the line with the 116 riding for Farthing Racing. Let's talk about points. Jeremy Perret is in the lead right now with 161 points. In Poland, he had a win. In France, he ended up with third, and then in the U.S., he got a second. That gave him 161 overall. QB1 is right behind him, Quentin Bosch with 156 points. Quentin took a fourth place finish in Poland, got a second in France, and took a win at Lake Havasu City, Arizona. You know who's in third? Mika Perret with 117 points. Rafael Moron is in fourth. Anders Keller, who has had a stellar year, is in fifth in the World Series. Nacho Armias is in sixth. Kevin Rederer back in seventh. Kevin unable to make the Poland stop this year. He took a win in France. Did not finish well with a fifth place finish in U.S. And there's Quentin Bosch, boat number 98, as we get these boats ready to go. And there is Oliver Koch Hansen riding for Denmark. Sebastian Girello riding for the U.S. And boat number 37 down on that lineup. That's Toshi, the Samurai Ohara for Japan. There's Mika Pere, boat number 77, riding for France. Here's the Triple Aces, Nanawat Singarai, riding for Thailand. Boat number 55, that's Andrew Keller, riding for Denmark. And the 300 down there's James Wilson, riding for the U.S. on Team Kawasaki. And there's Raphael Moron riding for France. And boat number 78, that's Soshi Sato riding for Japan. And boat number 51, that's Mads Kok Hansen riding for Denmark. And there's your pole position, boat number 73. That is Kenji Takeda riding for Japan. And on the outside is Kevin Rederer. That is your setup as we get ready to go. And Quentin Bosch with one heck of a start. He's second on that inside. And Kevin Rederer on the outside also with a good start. And you're getting a bird's eye view of it as we get underway. Let's see who's going to get the whole shot from the inside. Looks like Quentin Bosch on the inside pole and in the lead, and that is Jeremy Pere from the outside. So Jeremy Pere is going to match up with QB1 on that front stretch, and look how beautiful that start is. Jeremy Pere aboard a Fast Power Sports boat, as is Quentin Bosch, and Jeremy just walked the line. What a beautiful start for Jeremy Pere, followed by Quentin Bosch in second. Good start for Jeremy Pere. It's actually got Jeremy Perez's picture up there. That's too cute. And there's Quentin Bosch in second. That's easy to mistake him. And there is your third place rider. That's Devin Farthing right up in third. What a great run. So fun to catch up with him yesterday. And Nanarat Singarai in fourth. Special thanks to our incredible TV production crew for making sure that we had our top four riders, and that's how it looks as we get underway. Jeremy Pere taking the inside split aboard that Fast Power Sports machine. And Quentin Bosch on the outside, riding, of course, for QB1. And as I talked about, Jeremy Pere has got a 5-point lead on the point series as they come into this final round. And you can see just how close those two riders are. 1.38 seconds separating Jeremy Pere from Quentin Bosch. Holy hole shots, right? Jeremy Pere, a 2019 World Series champion, 2016 Keegs Cup champion, a French champion in 2014, and there's your third place rider, Devin Farthing. Devin's whole family here this weekend, and oh, look who snuck up behind Devin. That is Kevin Rederer. All right, so Kevin up in fourth, Nanawat Singarai back in fifth. Kevin, of course, riding for Knauf, Build on Us. And has been working on that boat all weekend. That's just a hybrid boat that he has been riding for the past year and a half, 2 years. And what an incredible legacy Kevin Rederer set up for Austria. It's one of the top riders ever to come out of that country, and definitely one of the GOATs in our sport. There's another GOAT, and that legacy, the Pere legacy, is an entire family of stupidly fast riders. Think of all their brothers. They have 3 brothers, Morgan, Michael, and Jeremy. And look at Quentin Bosch from the outside taking over for that first place spot from Jeremy. Jeremy Pere was working the inside, and Quentin just shut the door on him. So we're on lap 3, and Quentin Bosch just moved into the lead. And the live stream is lit up. It is amazing. We have all of the fastest riders in the world. I know Jimmy Wilson's actually wearing a wetsuit for the first time ever. That right there is a signature move because we never see Jimmy in a wetsuit. He usually rides board shorts. There's Devin Farthing. Devin Farthing still in third, and Kevin fourth. Nanawat Sigurai fifth, and Kevin on the hunt. Working Devin Farthing. Devin, of course, comes from a legacy of great racing as well. He's 10th in the rankings right now, and there's Mads Cock Hansen up in that mix. That's not Mads, that's Oliver Cock Hansen. Don't kill me, Oliver, for that one. So Devin being hunted by some incredible racers. Kevin goes to the inside. Looks like Oliver Cock Hansen on that 66 boat riding for Denmark, also going to go to the inside. See what happens as they come out. Quentin Bosch still leading. And as they jump to the front portion, Rederer has moved into third. So you've got Quentin Bosch, Jeremy Perret, Kevin Rederer, Devin Farthing, and Oliver Cock Hansen. Your top 5. And look at that guy go on that gorgeous 9.0 boat. Kevin Rederer, 31 years old, owns a yoga and functional training studio along with his beautiful wife, Laura. And I'm sure Laura's down there watching. There's Devin Farthing, 2-time world champion. He also is on a QB1 boat, currently in college in Tennessee. Was happy to catch up with him yesterday, talk about there's Oliver Cock Hansen. Man, this guy has been man on fire this year. Oliver Cock Hansen's been doing multiple tours and has just lit up the world stage. Rides for Team Lindbergh Racing, sponsored by Lindbergh and Jet Ski Sport DK. You are watching the first moto of Pro Ski GP, and Oliver goes to the inside. Oliver back in 5th. Trying to run down Devin. Looked like Devin went to the outside. Looks like Kevin Rederer also on that inside. Go QB. And this is really a who's who list, isn't it, of the top riders from around the globe. We've got the Perets on the stage as well as QB1. And look at Devin. He just got passed, but still not giving up there. Continuing to push Oliver Hansen, and Oliver Cock Hansen's moved into 4th. Oliver snuck it from that inside split. So QB1 followed by Jeremy Perret, Kevin Rederer, and Oliver Cock Hansen, and then Devin Farthing is how it looks. So 2 of those passes came from the inside, and QB took his pass and made a pass on Jeremy Perret from the outside. So those splits looking pretty even. Can't really say those splits are one is faster than the other right now. So once again, your top 5, you've got Quentin Bosch, followed by Jeremy Perret, and then Kevin Rederer in 3rd, Oliver Cock Hansen in 4th, Devin Farthing in 5th, Raphael Moron, I think, has moved up into 6th. Tom Badown say go, go, go. Nantawat is actually dropped off. Yeah, Adrian, that inside is fast, but Quentin Bosch passed Jeremy Perret on the outside, lap number 3. So on L3, Quentin Bosch gets around Jeremy Perret. Of course, he's riding on that QB1 boat, and a boat that was built by him and the Fast Power Sports guys as well. What a pedigree. He's got 19 World Championship titles. His first win, he was only 8 years old. And by the way, that race number, I think I've talked about that before, but that 9-8 number, that's a combination of his mom and his dad's race number, of course, Crystal and Danny Bosch. And been watching Danny Bosch down there in the pits. There's your 3rd place rider, Kevin Rederer. First saw Kevin Ritter when they debuted the Hydra Space, came over as a junior rider from Austria. That's way back a ways, wasn't it? Kevin Ritter up in third. Did get a good start. He set up on the outside, was mid-pack, and has moved up into top 3 by lap number 4. Simon Metacraft joining us on the live stream. Go, Kev. Yeah, I don't know, Adrian. That's a great question. Where is Mika? I'll try to find out for you, Estelle. I can't see. I'm just following whatever the camera is following, so I'm not able to see the track. They've got it all marked off, so I'm not able to tell, but I'll try to find him for you. I don't blame you. I'd want to know where Mika is, too. And Adrian, I wonder how Jimmy looks on the Hyperion. I'm not sure. Looking pretty good. He's riding for Team Kawasaki, and we got a rider off. Oh, that is the 110 boat. Jonathan Fan off the boat. Tough break for John, who actually was having a good run. But they did get him retrieved, and John back to the boat now as we see a parasailer coming through. You are watching the race action on Pro Ski, and here's the rundown again. It's Quentin Bosch in the lead with Jeremy Perret second, Kevin Ritter in third, Oliver Koch-Hansen in fourth. And you can actually see Jeremy Perret and Kevin Ritter on the backstretch. That's your second and third place riders. Jeremy had a pretty good start, taking the whole shot, and he's now 3.06 seconds ahead of Kevin Ritter. Oliver Koch-Hansen in fourth, Devin Farthing fifth, and Raphael Moron sixth. That was on the last lap. We'll see where we are now. Perret goes to the outside. Ritter hunting him. 3 seconds off the pace. Ritter to the inside. Oliver chooses to follow Jeremy Perret on the outside. And Kevin Ritter spun and went down on that final turn. Kevin Ritter went down on that final turn from the inside split. Not sure that it cost him a position, but man, that was a huge mistake. And a very unusual mistake made by the gentleman from Austria. And you can see Oliver Koch-Hansen did not get to capitalize that. There's the instant replay of Kevin coming to the final turn to the front stretch, and that boat just slid right out from underneath him. Thank you so much for the instant replay action. That was insane. Back to the live, and we are watching Kevin Ritter, and he's got to be a little in his head on that one. Just got to shake it off. Probably one of the most well-balanced mental riders I've ever seen. He's just incredibly tough mentally. So shaking that off and moving on. Oliver Koch-Hansen, of course, saw it, and that allowed Oliver to get within strike distance. Prior to that, Oliver had about an 8-second gap between him and Kevin Ritter. Now he's within 3 seconds, and you can see the top 3 here. That's Perret, who goes to the outside. He's your second place rider. Kevin also going to the outside. Now Oliver going to try to capitalize. Goes to the inside split. Look at Quentin Bosch taking a quick look over as he's on the front stretch. That's your race leader. There's Bart Seegers down there, and the white flag is already up on this 11-lap race. I don't know about you, but that just wasn't enough time for me. I want more of that. And Jeremy Perret working his way through traffic. There's Kevin. And despite the fact that Kevin went down, he's back up within a distance again, 2.28 away from Jeremy Perret. Mind you, on that lap prior, he was 3 seconds away before he went down. So he had to pick up 2 seconds, and he did it. 2 seconds and another half second. And Oliver Koch-Hansen still there, right in the fourth place spot behind Kevin Ritter. Oliver Koch-Hansen riding for Denmark. Whew. Mads Koch-Hansen, his brother, also in this aboard the 51 boat. And there's your top 5 riders once again on the back stretch. More lappers engaged here as they come through. And Quentin Bosch once again works the outside split. Drops onto the front stretch. Quentin Bosch with a beautiful win. Congratulations to QB1, taking the win in Moto 1. Oh, so close between Jeremy Perret and Kevin Redderer. Jeremy Perret holds on to second, Kevin Redderer for third, Oliver Cock-Hansen for fourth. That was insane. I'm going to say unofficially Devin Farthing fifth. And looking for Rafael Moran sixth. We'll get you those official results as soon as we've got them, but we got you through the fourth place spot. QB is definitely the GOAT. Joe Meyer, thank you so much. And thank you, Mark Hagist, for the fantastic. Oh, Estelle, I love that idea. Yes, I would love to have chrono and live timing. Girl, I'm with you. Amen. I know it makes you crazy. It does me too when we can't see all the way back to a top 10 and top 15 because Estelle is right there with me. We know that these guys are moving through the pack and we won't be able to watch them. So I'll throw my 2 cents on that one too. I think you're absolutely right. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was Pro Ski Grand Prix Moto 1. And we're coming back to the top of this in just 1 second. It's going to be Pro-Am Ski Stock making their way to the line. Hey, you guys, we'll be right back right after this.
National Sport Development Funds.
It's time for ties to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
National Sport Development Funds.
Hey, you guys, welcome back. You're watching the WGP1 WaterJet World Cup and WGP1 WaterJet World Series. And right now we've got the second moto for Pro-Am Ski Stock underway. Coming into this round, it was that gentleman that got the whole shot in the first moto. Boat number 8, Narateep Tong Yu. And he took the win with 60 points. In second, it was Tanawin Mo Lee with 53 points. And Emanelli Ortendahl was in third with 48 points. And that is the setup as we get ready to go for the second race. And we're actually underway. They've already done the start. And it looks like Narateep with the whole shot. And just taking a look at the inside split. Again, Narteep leading. Eminelli Ortendal is right up in that mix. And because we came to it in mid-race here, I'm not really sure who all is in the top 5. We'll see if I can get some numbers for you. Again, you're watching the Pro-Am ski stock, and Narteep Tong Yu in the lead, and I think Eminelli Ortendal up in that group as well. And there is boat number 22, Alexander Pakamov. Followed by boat number 41, that is Takahito Mizawa. And there is boat number 37, Chanukwa Velocivalad. And boat number 03, that is Edward Sarkisson. And then boat number 4, Tanawin Moli, riding for Thailand and Team Flamingo. And Sarkisson under pressure from Tanawin Moli. All right, again, Moto 1. Oh, thank you so much, Norm. I really appreciate that, sir. Matt Oppen, great coverage. Appreciate you as well. You're watching the Pro-Am ski stock, and again, I'm just trying to catch up on where we are because we came back to this live in mid-race. And Sarkisson under pressure from Tanawin Moli, and Tanawin gets around Edward Sarkisson, your rider for Russia. Battle for 4th. And Tanawin Moli has gotten around Edward Sarkisson. All right, again, coming into this one, Narteep Tong Yu with the points lead. 60 points in that win in the first moto. Narteep with 60 points, Tanawin Moli with 53, and Eminelli with 48 coming into this one. And Tanawin has got to make up some time. He is running, looks like he's running back in 3rd or 4th. Tanawin goes to the inside split. Watching moto number 2 of the WGP WATERJET World Cup and WATERJET World Series 2023. Special thanks, by the way, to Terminal 21 and PTT Lubricants and Freedom Racing. Do be sure to thank these amazing sponsors as well, and the way to do that is give them your patronage and your support, since they have done so much to give us their support. Whoa, boat 41, that was Takahito Mizawa, who is up in that top grouping, just down ever so briefly. And he is under fire right now. It's 22 and 04 getting around boat number 22. That was Tanawin, who just made a move on Alexander Parkhomoff. And that is your battle for second. And Tanawin just lit that water on fire. Beautiful pass from Tanawin Moli. And now Tanawin is up in that second place spot, I think. Don't quote me. Pretty sure, though. Unofficially, the race leader, boat number 41, Takahito Mizawa from Japan. And Tanawin Moli in second. And boat number 22, Alexander Parkhomoff in third. Sarkisson 2:03 in fourth. And I'm not sure, Naratep Tong Yu, not sure where he's at right now, but Tana Nguyen is doing the smackdown here on passing boats. He has been, in the last 2 laps, has passed 3 boats. Beautiful run. Gentleman is currently on the outside split on the T4 boat. That is Tana Nguyen Mo Lee. His twin also in the mix, riding in the Pro-Am ski stock as well. Tana Nguyen comes into this with 53 points, so he's on a hunt for a podium. And we have, let's just see real quick, Pro Ski Stock. We've got 9 laps for these guys. Oh, thank you so much. Tay, actually, one of our coordinators in the production tent, just made sure that I've got all the points. You are amazing. I love you guys. They're just really doing their very best to make sure that you've got top coverage this year for the WGP WATERJET World Cup, and I'm really honored to be working with this crew. They are keeping me honest for sure, making sure I don't do these calls wrong for you. You're watching Naratip, and Naratip Tong Yu is your race leader. Oh, you guys, thank you. They double-checked for me. Naratip Tong Yu from Thailand, riding for OTS Race Team, race leader. It is boat number 41. In second, Takehito Mizawa. And in third, it is Tana Nguyen Mo Lee. In fourth, it is boat number 22, Alexander Pakhomoff. And in fifth is Edward Sarkisyan. And that's how we have got the setup laid out for you for Pro-Am ski stock. About midway through this one. And there is Eminelli Ortendahl. Oh, Emma's in second. Thank you. So good to get that update. Appreciate you guys. All right, so in that case, Mizawa was in third and Tana Nguyen is in fourth. So I'll give you that update real quick. Naratip Tong Yu leading, followed by Eminelli Ortendahl, followed by Takehito Mizawa. In third, in fourth is Tana Nguyen Mo Lee, and then in fifth is boat number 22, Alexander Pakhomoff, and Tana Nguyen got around Mizawa and moves into the third place spot. And Matthias Reynes back in the pack. Fourth for Matthias. So Naratip Tong Yu first, and Eminelli Ortendahl second. Tana Nguyen Mo Lee third, Matteo Reynes in fourth. Whew. Beautiful run. Eminelli has got a double shot here, not just at the Thai Cup, but she's got an opportunity to lay her mark in Pro-Am ski stock. Mind you, this young lady is in podium position for 2 different classes. She's leading in Pro Ski Women, and right now she's in the points for the World Series in second, and she's also in the points in third, and that is just so impressive. She got a third in the first moto. Right now she's running up in second. It's this young man from Thailand, however, who has lit the surf on fire today. It's Naratip Tong Yu, the gentleman riding for OTS Race Team. He took a win in the first moto, and right now he is wanting a repeat at it as he works his way through this series of buoys. Just really impressive to watch. Naratip Tong Yu. There is a Takehito Mizawa. Takehito out of Tokyo, 39 years old. And boat number 37 right behind him, that's Chernoko Velosvalad. And boat number 22, Alexander Pakhomoff, another one of the Russian riders who rides for hydropower. And then there's Edward Sarkisyan. Velosifad on that 37 boat. Only 16 years old. Just a kind of a cool thing to watch these young guns over from Russia. And I know I've mentioned it a couple times, but 28 riders, I mean, that's no small feat to bring that many riders over on a team. And they are really representing this year. That's boat number 93 on the camera. That's Salim Al-Matawa, the young rider from Kuwait. He's currently in 9th in points. And Naratip Tongyu, nicknamed Tear, 18 years fast. He works in a restaurant during his Monday through Friday stuff, and there's some of his teammates down there cheering him on. Pre-race, he says, I like to warm up, and I always pour cold water all over myself just to try to kind of shock my muscles. And I tell you what, that pre-race routine working darn well for him. He is setting up to have back-to-back wins today. We're talking about boat number 8, your race leader, Naratip Tongyu. Carl Selter, you're crazy. Getting some fantastic feedback on the live stream and love getting the interaction. Please feel free to shout out. I'm happy to give you some props on the live anytime I can. You're watching boat number 37, Sevalad. Riding the Kawasaki Ultra is pre-race. He says, I try not to worry. He's sponsored by his family and Jet Speed Service. White flag is out. For Naratip Tongyu and Eminelli Ortendal, your top 3. Tina Nguyen, Moli in 3rd, and Mateus Reynes in 4th. There's your race leader, Naratip. That's his grandmother's race number. What a beautiful story. She chose it for him after consulting with monks, and they looked at his horoscope and what would be auspicious. And the number 8 certainly is a very auspicious number for this gentleman, and what a great ride. And he's riding very solid on that backstretch, this final lap for him. Going to the outside split. He's already a one-time Thai champion. He's got another opportunity here today in Pro-Am ski stock. This is Moto 2 for him. And if he locks this one down, that is a tremendous amount of momentum for this gentleman as we go into this afternoon's races. Big track for the riders this week. As you've seen, a lot of buoys. They navigate 60 buoys a lap and almost 3 kilometers. It's about 2.9. Part of the challenge with that, we had to create a big course this year because of restrictions on the water, but they did not give up at all on technical expertise, and you can see it played out as this gentleman takes the win. Congratulations to Naratip Tongyu. A beautiful win in Moto number 2, and that body language, doesn't that speak volumes as he just calmly takes a break and looks back to see who's going to come in behind him. Going to be Eminelli Ortendal. And his teammates up there giving him some love, and it is certainly well-deserved. Tang Zin saying go Naratip. Precha Hassanam also Naratip. And Cat D LTS saying T8 is great. I totally agree. You sure have an amazing hero there. Watching Naratip Tongyu as he took the win in Moto number 2. Beautiful run for Thailand. Watching the Pro-Am ski stock class. Tay, you're too kind. We've got such a better. I just have to brag up this crew talking about these guys a little bit, but today, but just in my eyesight, there are 6, 7, 8 crew production members. That's just in this small little area. We've got another 30 crew members just in the production area. I'm not even including the videographers and the camera crew out on the water. We've got both drone action and action on the videography as well. And that's another 15 photographers between video and still photography. I mean, it's amazing the amount of coverage here, and we're really blessed to be a part of it. Watching the action live in Pattaya, Thailand. This is the WGP WATERJET World Cup and World Series. Special thanks to TGSBA. And the way the calendar looks, the schedule, I think we're going to be taking a quick break after this, and then we're going to be coming back with this afternoon's action. Just a little precursor for you. When we come back on the live stream, it's going to be Pro-Am Endurance Open that you'll be watching. Of course, we've got to go through the final motos for Pro-Am 2-stroke lights, Pro-Am Runabout Superstock, and 4-stroke lights, Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open, Pro Sport GP, and of course another round of Pro Ski Grand Prix, and wait for it, we've also get our first shot to see the first moto of Pro Runabout and Runabout GP1, and we get the first shot of Pro Freestyle. All of that coming at you this afternoon. Again, unofficially, as these guys just cooling off down there, it's Nartip Tong Yu, followed by Emily Ortendahl, Tana Nguyen, and Matea Reynes were your top 4. Yeah, don't go away quite yet, though. We're going to hopefully bringing you some live interviews as well with some of the winners. I hope we get a chance to catch up even with Nartip, because he certainly is well worth it. Oh my gosh, Jack, it's 6:24 in Belgium this morning, and I have already tuned in to hang out with you. We really appreciate you, Guy. Appreciate you, Benz Nindoff, for, I know it, keeping us accurate on the race positions. We really appreciate your feedback as well. And we do. That's an amazing broadcast team. Again, just waiting, hopefully, for some live interviews. That's a beautiful postcard shot there of Pattaya, Thailand. You're looking out over the Gulf of Thailand. One of the best diving sites is right here in this area. They're surrounded by just breathtaking islands. And I know you're going to appreciate this, you little party animals. Apparently there's 1,500 beer bars across the city. There's a trivia fact I didn't even know. Oh, too funny. They play hard, they work hard, and they are just an amazingly warm and open-hearted country. The Thai hospitality, bar none, is tough to beat anywhere in the globe. They're just an incredibly kind people and a very welcoming people, and man, do they know how to cook. Thai cuisine, bar none, is crazy yummy. And they have 5 fundamental tastes that they work off of: sweet, spicy, and when they say spicy, they're not kidding, sour, bitter, and salty. So if I were to say hello to you as a woman in Thai, Sawadika. Did I do it okay? Sawadika. Okay, so I got a thumbs up on that, so that was pretty good. The Thai greeting, and if you don't know if you've ever seen that, when they do a slight bow and they put their palms and they press their palms together, it's sort of a prayer-like looking presentation. That greeting is called the Wa. Did I say it right? Why? The why? The why. Okay, thank you. I'm learning Thai. I appreciate that. So anyway, the why, which is it's a beautiful presentation and a beautiful greeting. So a little bit of insight. All right, we're just chilling like villains over here waiting for the live interviews to start. Giving you some of the background information around the world here. 68 million people have joined me in Thailand, and a lot of them are on the stream this week. So 50th largest country in the world by total area. We're in beautiful Thailand, and thank you for being here with us. Just a recap of today's races. We got to watch an incredible series of passing from Simon Belcher from 3rd to 1st, actually 4th when he started, all the way up to 1st place for Simon Belcher from the UK, your points leader. And then Quentin Bosch on fire. Brings back memories of the Hunger Games. Man, that guy just was unstoppable. Went 2nd and then made a pass on lap 3 into the lead. We're talking about QB1, took the win in that first moto. Quentin had a spectacular race. Kevin Redderer, who was back in 7th and 8th, ended up in 3rd. Jeremy Perret, part of the Perret pack, in 2nd. That's how it looked in that first moto for Pro Ski. And endurance, what a shotgun that was. John Bruno Pastorello continues his winning ways with yet another win. So far, he's got a perfect record in the endurance this year. Don't forget to follow us on all the different social media streams. We've got Jet Ski World Cup, Grand Prix on Facebook. Jet Ski, it's actually jetski-worldcup.com on the website. Instagram is Jet Ski World Cup, and TikTok at WGP1 Jet Ski World Cup for TikTok. Please do me the ultimate honor of coming and following us and giving your input on all of the different social media challenges. We love your feedback, and we really love your interaction, and we love your connection to us because you're what helps make us great. Oh my gosh, you're going to make me cry, David Cabrera. Thank you, sir. That's truly an honor. I really appreciate that more than you know. Just getting a little shout out here from David Cabrera. What a phenomenal, legendary racer from the U.S. Not only has he put his mark on the sport, we used to call him Speedy Cabrera. Well, we still do call him Speedy Cabrera, but David has just been a massive part of racing in the South in the United States and joining us on the live stream. And David, I don't know if you caught it, but Sophie Francis actually not only was on the live stream yesterday talking about hopefully coming out and doing some international racing in 24, and I hope we get to see her. She's just outstanding, but we also got a chance to catch up with Devin Farthing and Jimmy Wilson yesterday on the live stream, and we wish you were here, my friend. Again, I want to say a huge acknowledgement to the people that work so hard behind the scenes. You really would never even know they're there, but I want to make sure that I give you some acknowledgments of these incredible sponsors and brands that we've been working with. Toyota really stepped up to the plate yet again, as they do. They're just a big supporter of sports globally, and they've invested in jet ski racing in a big way. Please give your love to Toyota for us. Thai Airways. You know, I think Thai Airways has been a sponsor for the King's Cup and the Thai Cup almost from the inception of this racing series. Over 20 years of sponsorship and love. Thai Airways, man, what a blessing to have you be one of the sponsoring brands. And I had the privilege of being on a Thai Airways flight coming out here, and man, they know how to do it right. It was just an incredible flight from start to finish, and we love you, Thai Airways. So a big part of sports, I think, always you have to factor in tourism. We have an impact on cities when we visit those cities, both in filling up hotel rooms and restaurants and the entertainment facilities. But we have an impact on the infrastructure as well. And being able to manage that impact in a positive way, that's the Tourism Authority of Thailand. And thank you for being a part of jet ski racing and helping us be a positive influence in tourism for Thailand. It's really an honor to be a part of that. I'm Don Dawson. You're still watching live. We're prepping. We're trying to get some live interviews. As you know, these racers do dash around pretty quickly, so I think the camera crew is running down the beach trying to catch some of them, because they, as you know, whenever you get done racing, they got to go straight to tech. That's one of the requirements. They have to go and check in at tech, and then of course they also have to check in with their mechanics and all of the teams. There's a lot of really big teams here, so they're interacting with them. But we were trying to get some interviews. Give me just 1 second, and I'll be right back.
ในช่วงนี้ครับสำหรับในช่วงนี้ครับท่านผู้ชมครับเราได้มีโอกาสได้พูดคุยครับสวัสดีนราทิพย์ทองอยู่ด้วยครับสวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับนราทิพย์ครับนราทิพย์ครับเมื่อสักครู่นี้การแข่งขันเป็นอย่างไรบ้างครับเป็นการแข่งขันในโมโต้ที่2แล้วสำหรับรุ่นนี้
Can't wait to catch up with some of the
คะแน
winners
นนำอยู่ที่1ครับในรุ่นโปรแอมสกีสต็อกครับ
โอ้แล้วเป็นยังไงบ้างวางแผนที่จะไปต่อในโมโต้ที่3ด้วยกันโมโต้1ก็เข้าที่
ครับผม
1เมื่อกี้โมโต้2ก็เข้าที่
1ครับ
โอ้โหคว้าไป120คะแนนเต็มเลยโมโต้3โมโต้4วางเกมไว้ยังไงครับนราทิพย์
ก็ต้องที่1เหมือนเดิมครับทำเพอร์เฟกต์เกมให้ได้ครับ
จะกวาดที่1 4โมโต้เพอร์เฟกต์เกมเลย
ครับผม
ซ้อมหนักไหมครับเพราะดูแล้วความพร้อมร่างกายแล้วเรือนี้ผมว่ามาเต็มร้อยเลยนะครับ
ผมก็ก่อนมาก็ซ้อมฟิตร่างกายเต็มที่ครับ
ฟิตร่างกายเต็มที่เลยนะครับงั้นให้นราทิพย์ได้ฝากกับท่านผู้ชมกองเชียร์ทีมแข่งได้ตามเชียร์กันต่อพูดอะไรฝากกองเชียร์นิดนึงครับ
ครับผมนราทิพย์ท้องอยู่นะครับเบอร์ที่8แข่งขันในรุ่นโปรแอมสกีสต็อกครับฝากกองเชียร์ไทยส่งแรงใจแรงเชียร์ให้ด้วยครับพรุ่งนี้อีก2โมโตครับจะทำให้เต็มที่ครับขอบคุณครับ
นี่แหละครับขอบคุณนราทิพย์ทองอยู่ครับตามเชียร์กันต่อโมโต้3โมโต้4มุ่งมั่นจะคว้าเพอร์เฟกต์เกมและคว้าแชมป์ในรุ่นนี้ให้ได้นราทิพย์ทองอยู่ขอบคุณครับ
ครับ
All right, you guys, a great interview as we catch up with some of the winners. Right now, we're going to be going to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. And then we're going to go to a big break.
Welcome to our proudest moment, tumbling through every single detail, unveiling pristine odysseys ahead, crafting each element for globe-trotting, embarking for the sky. Your magical journey redefined. Thai, smooth as silk.
National Sport Development Funds.
It's time for Thais to encourage each other. Forward the encouragement to make Thai people and Thailand stronger. Sports Authority of Thailand.
New Fortuner Leader สัญลักษณ์ใหม่แห่งความสำเร็จสำหรับผู้นำที่พร้อมลุยในทุกสถานการณ์สะท้อนความสำเร็จในแบบคุณกับ Fortuner Leader Generation ที่โชว์รูมโตโยต้าทั่วประเทศน้ำมันหล่อลื่น Dynamic Common Rail Synthetic พลังช่วยปกป้องเพื่อรถยนต์นั่งดีเซลทุกประเภทให้พลังแรงช่วยยืดอายุการเปลี่ยนถ่ายช่วยประหยัดเชื้อเพลิงต้อง Dynamic Common Rail Synthetic จาก PTG Lubricants
National Sport Development Funds.